I love it. The cavalcade just went by.
Yep.
Nothing can stop us now. So we're standing here right in front of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway here at Hollywood Studios today. Thank you guys for joining us for our live stream today.
Hi guys.
We're gonna go ahead and jump in line now because it is a rather long line today.
It is, yeah.
It's 70 minutes right now for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway. Now, it was 70 minutes last time we rode, but we were on in like 20 minutes. So let's see if that's still the case. It's kind of hard to tell. The question is how to get in.
I think we might have to go around
This way? Oh, the line is still long. We're having a hard time figuring out exactly how to get in.
down and around.
Oh my. It may actually be 70 minutes today. So,
We're hoping not, guys. We'll
we're
see.
hoping not. Hope we get started.
But we want to find out from you guys how it's coming on this first weekend that our Silver Pass holder friends are able to come into the park. Get around this and down.
Because it's showing everybody what the line looks like. Some locations here at Disney Springs trying to find the entrance of things because the lines are so long. They're not accustomed to having to fit this many people in with that much distance. So this doesn't. Yeah, we don't know how to get in. So, hello, we're at Hollywood Studios. We don't know how to get on any of the rides.
At least not this one. They don't have it really very clearly marked.
Was it not marked on the other side?
It said standby line and it had an arrow pointing.
All right, so hope you guys are having an awesome afternoon. We got a cool breeze coming through here. It's nice and cool weather, but it's hot as far as the breeze and everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that we missed it. Let's go back.
Yeah. So right now we're gonna see if we can just get you guys on the ride. So
We're gonna try to figure it out. So that
I think it's where the stage normally is.
but they're gonna change it, so it doesn't matter. They're constantly changing things depending on how they have to deal with, longer lines. Now, of all the parks, there are the least amount of guests allowed for park capacity here in Hollywood Studios. There's also, I think, fewer rides and things to do overall than, say, some of the other parks. But we're going to see if we can find out exactly where the entrance is now. But let me turn this around so you guys can see what we're looking at. Because right now, you guys are like, well, what's the deal? Okay. Yeah, it moves.
Mine looks like it's over there.
Is it here? Normally they would be.
I don't think
So let me again flip this around so you guys can see. We're just trying to figure out where the entrance is. Hopefully, who knew that the 70-minute wait time included a 20-minute interval to find the entrance to stand by? Did we just walk by it in the beginning? So, good afternoon, Aaron. Good afternoon, Carrie. How are you guys doing today? Glad you could join us for a few minutes. Again, we're still trying to figure out where the entrance is for the line.
This is not the way to Toy Story Land.
So this way is the queue.
Yes, to the
Okay,
right.
to the right. So my right.
What's really funny is there's actually a cast member over there with a sign that says which way to go.
That no one can see.
But the line, she kept talking to different people and the sign kept being flipped back and forth in different directions. So you can see that they do have all kinds of things on the ground to make sure that the distance is there. There we go. There's our end of line. All right, so official right now, Juan says it's gonna be an hour and 10 minutes. We're doing pretty good on keeping to that time so far today. All right, so.
These are the longest wait times that we have seen thus far in any park. We'll see
Yeah,
if
this
they
is.
turn out to be accurate.
I think the last time I got in a line for this, it was at 70 minutes and we were on in 20.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be 20 today because they've really gotten the line really spaced out. Now, keep in mind, this is also still with the limited capacities they have in the park. They've not added any more capacity to any of the days. So as we move forward, keeping the fact that all the spaces have to be 6 foot apart, you can see all over the place. Makes you wonder how much longer the lines could be if it does actually ever get to 70 or further. They're going to be using this entire courtyard, which is why I think, you know, when you got stuff like Rise of Resistance is going to be even bigger an issue as far as keeping people spaced. Because where do you put all the people who are waiting in line? So glad you guys could join us today. And let's talk about that for a little bit as to why.
Yes.
Helicopters.
Somebody wants a view that can't get in.
News helicopters. They're always loving to come and take pictures of the crowds.
Yeah.
So we're going this way.
Yes,
This is
we
like
are.
a big game board.
So, yeah.
Feels like a big game board.
In front of us,
So Carrie wants to know if we're in the virtual queue. No, we are not.
There is no virtual queue for any ride.
Rise of the Resistance.
Oh well.
We didn't. Yeah, we don't have a boarding group right now for Rise of the Resistance. We're going to try again at 2 o'clock today.
See.
So we'll see how that goes. We have yet to get into Rise of the Resistance since the Hollywood Studios has reopened.
Yeah.
So why has it been so long for us to get in? Now, we of course are annual pass holders, and we are subject to the annual pass holder availability calendar as far as how many pass holders can get in. And they are a little bit less, more restrictive on pass holders now than those who are staying in resorts. And
more
those who just buy
restrictive.
tickets, who walk up and buy tickets. Even more so now is the fact that silver pass holders have just become unblocked from visiting the parks as of last Thursday, I believe. So starting on Thursday this past week, silver pass holders who were blocked for the summer are now allowed to come back into the park as well.
Yeah.
Meaning that it's even more difficult to be able to get passes. Right now, even still, for any pass holder trying to get into the parks, there are only, as of yesterday, there were only 8 days left in the entire month where pass holders could get park reservations, and all 8 of those days in August were only Epcot. If you wanted to get to Hollywood Studios, you would have to move well into September. So it's just become a little bit more difficult for us to get in.
Yes.
So yesterday on our Instagram page, we had posted something about, well, how what kind of secret do we kind of offer as far as being able to get in, even though you may be blocked out? Well, today and tonight we're checking in to our hotel room, so we're staying on site. So if you guys are annual pass holders, or if you're thinking you just want to come down and maybe it's not difficult, you might not be able to get into the parks. If you buy tickets or if you book a hotel room, the likelihood is that you're going to have that availability to choose any of the 4 parks. Matter of fact, that's what I've been doing the past few days, guys. I have a lot of new followers who now travel friends that we're now helping book. We've booked them a 1-night or 2-night stay using their annual pass holder discounts. And
1 night stay can get you 2
Yeah.
park reservations. If you time it right, you can even get in here. Not every day is available for on-site guests for Hollywood Studios. This is the most
But a lot of them.
difficult, but most of
Yeah.
them are.
So we've got we have annual pass holders who've contacted me and say, well, you know, we're a few hours away, and we want to go to Hollywood Studios this upcoming weekend or 2 weeks from now. And so we book them a room, use an annual pass holder discount at Pop Century. Pretty good deals considering the fact for a hotel stay. And then afterwards, they get all other reservations without any problems because they're now considered resort guests. So if any of you guys are pass holders out there and are kind of upset like us is that we don't have that chance to get into the parks, let us know. Contact us. Same price. Matter of fact, we get you. We can book you the same price as you can get yourself, but you guys can help us out as being your official agent, and then we can give you all the answers and suggestions and stuff like that as well. So contact us, shoot us an email. It's kind of a hot day.
It is a very hot day.
It's probably, you think it's in the 90s?
Yeah, definitely in the 90s.
So if you guys have any questions, let us know. We'd love to chat with you guys this afternoon as we're kind of hanging out today. It's a little bright, so I'm trying to see if I can see comments as they pop up. We'll check on other ways to see if we can make sure we answer any questions. Let us know if you've got what your situation has been. If you've had any problems whatsoever trying to get your holidays taken care of here at Disney World. It's like over here. Tighten that thing back up again. So the line is moving ever so slightly. So Alexander is watching from Colombia. Saludos. Glad you could join us. I wonder what the temperature is like down there. Are you guys having a little bit nicer day than we are as far as just overall heat? It's not, I mean, it is hot, but the breeze is gone now. Yeah, go for the shade. Go for the shade. I'm going to stand over here to the shade too. Stand over in the shade. Susan, look, you don't have to make it. She's having to hold our spot over there. I feel bad now. I'm really worried. Yeah, you left me a couple of times at Disney Springs yesterday. I turned around and she was gone. You guys see the rain we had yesterday in Disney Springs. I uploaded a little bit of that from our trip yesterday. You guys haven't seen it. We went to Disney Springs last night. A lot of merchandise, new merchandise out. We went to Disney Springs because lots of times this merchandise is kind of spread out amongst the parks, and it's hard to find it all. We're sort of at a disadvantage as we've been in the past, because normally we do a lot of park hopping for you guys just to see what's out. So if we hear something's out at Animal Kingdom, well, we run over to Animal Kingdom. Something's out at Epcot, well, we run over to Epcot. Well, now we don't have that. It's really frustrating because we like to be able to just kind of stay on top of things as much as possible. We do kind of have our hand tied behind our back. Somebody's asking the question, what actions do the parks take if somebody's without their mouth cover?
Well, they ask
I'll
you
tell
to
you.
put it back on.
And they are diligent about that.
Some might even call them militant. Very nicely militant.
Susan likes to use the term militant because basically they do have cast members walking around. They are in yellow shirts. And if you see a yellow shirt with red edges to it, if you don't have your mask on right, or if you're doing something that you're not supposed to be doing with social distancing, you gotta have it on right. They will ask you to put it back on. They will ask you to fix it.
Until you find that place. So
This morning, even coming into Hollywood Studios, they got onto us because they felt as though we were walking a little too close to the family in front of us.
yes.
I mean, I don't think we were any closer to them than we are to the people in front of us now, but they were like, okay, you guys need to space out. And I was like, okay, well, we'll do it. But they are watching. They are being very diligent about it. And like I said, if you see anyone with a yellow shirt on, sort of an activities shirt that you see sometimes with children activities.
Be kind to them because they're used to, just playing with children, and now they're being police people. So
Now they have to, treat everybody sort of like children.
they're very nice.
Yeah.
They're
But
always very friendly, but they also are very firm.
and so the rule is, again, of course, if you have food or drink with you and you're not stationary, you have to be staying still. They will ask you to keep your mask on. So
A little different than Universal. I'm going to be doing an article just to kind of highlight the differences for you guys, just so you know. There's nothing worse than walking the park and you know what you're doing and getting in trouble just because it's a little different where than the place you are that day. So it's always good to know what's actually happening.
So Carrie has a good question. Just recently, and we didn't report about it just yet because we wanted to see how it fell out and also to make sure that it was sticking around.
Yeah.
They have shortened hours starting in September. I believe September 8th is the first day.
September 8th, the day after Labor Day.
Yep. They
For all the parks except for Epcot, and then a few days after that, Epcot does drop its hours.
so they're normally each of the parks is open for 8 hours, and they stagger them. So Animal Kingdom right now is from 8 to 6. Then there's Magic Kingdom from 9 to 7. 10 to 8 here at Hollywood Studios, which is what we're dealing with today. And then 11 for Epcot, 11 to 9. So starting September 8th, they are reducing each park from either 1 to like an hour. But they're not even using this part of the queue because it's out in the sun, guys. So something to keep in mind as well. So some of the parks now, like for instance, Animal Kingdom is going to be at 5. So I still remember back in the day when Animal Kingdom closed at 5 regularly.
In the winter, when the days were shorter, so the sunset was going to come sooner, and the animals like to go to bed.
Back when Animal Kingdom was a half-day park,
Yeah.
when you could, that was very much a term and what they referred to it as. Even Hollywood Studios was referred to a half-day park for a while as well. So Carrie, our thoughts. Here's the situation. I think first of all, one, it is all kind of steered by revenue and what they're being able to bring in and what they're able to support. Staffing and all that has to come into play.
And we have mentioned in previous, videos and posts the fact that crowds are much lower at the end of the day. I think that they have taken note of that as well and realized that if they are going to shave hours off, that is the best place to do it, since there aren't as many people here late.
What's really kind of sad though is that one thing we're really missing right now, other than Epcot, is parks at the nighttime.
Yeah.
I enjoy being in the parks at night. First of all, it's usually cooler, and I think the sceneries, photography, and all that looks, a lot of cool scenes and things like that. So it's just kind of sad that we're basically losing that as a nighttime. It's not surprising. Now we always have used to the idea that parks during the summertime are open later and longer than they are any other time. I think for the same thing, like for instance, Universal starting today, after today, 6 attractions at Universal is closing temporarily. So starting tomorrow, there are going to be less attractions open. Why did they do that? Same sort of reason, bring the revenue, because of revenue, things like that. And until we are able to operate with the parks more crowds, more, everything coming in, I think it's going to be a little bit of a challenge for them. So I'm hoping that we're going to be back on track here eventually. All right, Alexander has a question. What are your recommendations for the tourist in the moment? Is it good to travel from another country to Orlando, or better to wait until the next year?
It depends. I think that depends on what's important to you. So if this is, you don't travel very often and you want to make the most of your experience, maybe not right now because you're going to miss out on fireworks shows,
Parades and stuff like that. It really does have to depend on what kind of experience you're looking for.
But if you love the rides, now is a great time to go. And we talked about earlier, this is the longest wait time. Generally, they're quite short inside the park. The shortest we've ever seen, like not having a fast pass, really isn't a big So, I mean, if you can get there, I can see it.
It's kind of a question.
Crazy.
It's a question that has to be individualized, and that's kind of what we talk when we talk to our travel clients and stuff. Is, you know, we have some clients who've asked us about coming who've never been to Disney before.
And may not come again.
And may not come again for another 3 years, or maybe, you know, I don't know, this may be a once in a lifetime trip. In those situations, we will talk to them the idea about the fact that, well, maybe you want to consider moving and staying until, you know, 2021.
Come every year.
You come all the time. You know what? If you miss a parade, if you miss a fireworks show, and you're not going to be upset about it, but you enjoy the idea that you're going to be able to get on a ride a lot quicker.
It's a very relaxed experience. So
Yeah.
there's not the grab a fast pass, run to this side of the park, now run back to that side of the park because that's where our next fast pass is located. You really don't have that stress. It's very relaxed and you still get so much into a day. I mean, I was just talking to someone, we would say that Magic Kingdom will be a 2-day park because there's so much to do there. It's hard to do in one day if you want to do it all. But
Hey.
right now,
Hey, are they ready? Come here. Oh, stand right here. All right, look up, look up. I'm gonna get, look. She's got Mickey ears. She's got Mickey ears.
it's literally still.
Sorry, I had to. The lampshade's right there. That's just cool Mickey ears.
So normally you wouldn't be able to get it all done in one day, but now even with the low hours, the traffic is low enough that it's really realistic that you get all the big rides in.
You know, that's
at least once in a day.
and that is something else to think about. The fact that, you know, they may be doing less hours in the day, but lots of times people are realizing that with the shorter wait times in some of these parks, they're showing up. They're like, you know what? I'm not going to rope drop. I'm going to show up 2 hours after the park opens, and then they're still done and leave 2 hours before the park closes.
It's very relaxed. It's not a big deal to have meals outside of the park. You don't have to worry about planning everything inside of the park because you can't leave because fireworks are going to happen. It's a very relaxing experience while still very fulfilling. You get all the rides in, you still see the characters in the cavalcades.
It might be a quantity versus quality kind of scenario, and we'll see how that goes.
We've enjoyed it. Honestly, I mean,
We've got another cavalcade coming through. I see Vampirina.
yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see.
A Disney Junior cavalcade. Oh, I see. Doc
Vampirina just
McStuffins.
went by.
Doc McStuffins passed the moment before.
We'll see if we can catch some of these other cavalcades a little bit later to share with you guys as well. I was hoping I could catch them as they go by, but we'll catch them later. So again, I mean, the question is, if you can come from another country and you think you won't be disappointed, or that you feel like you've missed out on something,
Yep.
I think you can try it. Just making sure you follow through the regulations and everything required for the country, as far as any quarantining left, you know, coming to or fro.
Yeah.
We have quite a few UK friends who were supposed to be here just recently, who are having to reschedule to next year.
And are quite disappointed about
Yeah,
that.
and so, you know, they come on a regular basis, and I think they would be very happy with being here. So even still,
Yep.
Whew, lost you guys for just a second, just because of the heat. We're about to come into the inside portion here of the queue line, so it should be a little bit better. Jumping off to the side to grab some shade so we can keep everybody on. By the way, Carrie says that she loves your ears. She's-
If you'll notice,
Many things.
they're blue, but they have lots of colors
There.
in the glitter, so that makes them.
If you lost your ears, if your ears fall off,
And these are front of the briar rose ears that are still here. normal pew because it has fans. We're not talking about, you know, that love us. We're talking about.
And we don't
We don't have fans.
we don't have fans.
Followers, but fans. Yeah, the liberties and like that.
Hey, Mark's coming from Buffalo, New York. How are you doing today, Mark? How is it up in New York today? I always think of New York and like some of the other states up in the Northeast as always being cooler in the summertime. But that's
They get really hot up there.
they don't that's not necessarily the case, and I always think about that. But I think that's
Their
a
humidity levels might be a little different though.
yeah. We're killer on humidity, and that's the worst part.
70% humidity. It's really hard to pull off with dry sweats away.
Yeah, we're in the shade now. So yeah, Alexander, this is I mean, what we're doing now in live streaming is basically just to share as much as we can. We are travel agents, and this is what we do. We help our travel clients. This just helps us kind of get in the know. So you or anybody else you know ever needs any help and booking and having someone to be their personal, I say fairy godfather for myself, but you know, Susan can be a fairy godmother as well. Fairy godparents.
Actually, it's one of my clients, I think, that started the name Travel Fairy Godmother. So I do claim it as my own now. I try to work as much as possible for my clients. And that's kind of the fun thing about this. So yes, you can own yourself. And likely if not, everything will be fine. But if for some reason you need a little extra magic work for you have us in your corner. So we work with Disney, but we don't work with your Disney. So
I think it's, I think some of our favorite clients are those who have asked us to help them, not because they need us to help them. We have some clients who come, I think 3 or 4 times a year. They know just as much about the inside outs of everything, but they still ask us to book their travel. We book it, and they pretty much handle everything themselves, but they keep us in their back pocket, and the first time something comes up, we can jump in and help them out. I like being able to even help those who feel like they don't need help all the time.
And this year, we have been able to do that, and that's for the
Yes.
shutdown. So that's, I mean, it's good to have that travel agent in your pocket when suddenly things are getting canceled and whole times to call in are 4 to 5 to 6 hours or more, and you have an agent to do that for you, and you can just go about your day and know that they're going to take care of you. It's really, it eases the stress.
We like staying online for like 4 hours with Disney to help deal with things if we know that we're helping somebody else not be on the phone for 4 hours. That's really the only thing that gets me through that 4 hours of listening to the Haunted Mansion music.
Disney World music, but when you
I do, I sing along with it.
400 times, because it does leave it over and over again.
So Mark is watching us. He had to cancel his DVC trip. That's sad. I know. We had to cancel our Disney cruise this year. We had other things going up. So Mark is with us officially in the parks today to kind of help with the Disney fix. I hope this helps out. And Mark, I hope you, if I don't know, have you ridden Minnie and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway yet, Mark? I'm hoping if you haven't that you can kind of ride with it and enjoy it today. So, hey guys, also on with us right now is, I wanted to point out in our chat, Pete is with us this afternoon. Pete has got a real cool YouTube channel that he loves to talk with other people in the Disney community. We're going to be on with Pete coming up in next month. So if you haven't already or haven't seen his channel, you can find his channel, look into it, and we're going to be talking with Pete next month. I'm looking forward to that. Honestly, we love talking Disney with anybody who is like-minded, like Disney-minded with like us. So subscribe to his YouTube channel as well. And we'll remind you guys when that opportunity comes up to talk with him on his channel next month as well. We'll be air conditioned during that talk. That fan feels really good. Magnetized. There you go. Susan's breaking the queue over here. Yeah, she broke the queue. See, it's one of those magnetized queues. But yeah, we're looking forward to kind of talking and chatting with Pete and hanging out. A few others have said that talked about we should live stream more often, and want to know if we have any set days for live streaming. we're trying to see if we can set something up to have a regular stream session, but as Susan has mentioned, it's problematic right now because we never know when we can actually get into the parks. We're trying right now to at least get something every Friday, but even that's been a challenge, especially for August. So right now we're kind of, I think once the school starts, I think once the parks get a little bit better, I think once numbers here, as far as health numbers get better and improve, that we're going to be able to have more flexibility. And I would like to have a lot more of a real schedule. We're going to get you in the fan.
The fans, I told you.
I'm glad we at least have the fans.
The fans.
Now what's really cool is you guys, the blades are spinning, the propellers are spinning fast, but here on the stream, it looks like they're going really slow.
They are actually moving very rapidly.
They're moving very fast, but I love that. That whole motion capture thing. Mark said this will be one of those go-to rides next year. Yeah, it's as we mentioned before, we've I think either streamed or recorded this ride a couple of times since the park has reopened, just because of the fact that when this park ride opened in March and when it closed, it was only open for 10 days. So not a lot of people got to ride it. So it's still very, very new and something that's very popular. So, and I can understand why. I mean, I love this ride. It's a very, very cute ride. Overall, it was done really well. I know a lot of people still kind of begrudge it because it took over the Great Movie Ride. But I think it connects a lot better. We're going back into the sun. Woo. They're being really creative with the queue at this point. Show you now we're just wrapping around everywhere.
There's a lot of queue inside. They are not making use of right now, guys.
So in the past, we've gone from right here, straight on in. Now we're kind of wrapping back out and around, and it's like wherever they can find space.
Shady right there, guys.
Yeah. Just trying to keep my camera from overheating. Yeah, you want to make sure the kids stay. Now, staying hydrated is a challenge right about now as well. We're having harder times. You used to, every fast food place that was open, if it was quick service, you could usually ask for water. Yeah. Now it's a lot harder to find. And you guys know you've got to stay hydrated. You do not want to get into this session, and if you get overheated, your day's kind of put on pause and it doesn't do too well. So, go some space right there. There you go. So we had a question earlier if we know how many people are allowed inside Hollywood Studios. I do have an unofficial number. I can't confirm it, so that's why I don't really share that number, because there's a lot of things I hear. There's a lot of information I received, but if I can't confirm it, if I can't know for a fact that that's what it is, I try not to share it with you guys, because then it's just speculation. Woo, we're gonna come over here. We're gonna stay.
Oh, wow. Can my daughter go wait over there in the shade until we get over there? Why don't you go wait over there?
But I do know that of the 4 parks, Hollywood Studios has the least amount of guests allowed in. It is much shorter and a much smaller number overall. And I know that it's in fact shorter, and I know it's a smaller number than even what they allow in Universal.
Yes.
I would think the timeline, I'm trying to remember with Shanghai. Well, Shanghai, how long were they open?
Shanghai, they were pretty rapidly
They
numbers.
opened like in a month, maybe?
Yeah.
So we're about at the time where Shanghai was starting, but see, that all has to do with not just what's happening inside the parks, but what's happening inside the state, what's happening with the numbers overall.
The general feeling about the numbers.
Yeah.
They're playing a numbers game. They're trying really hard to keep everyone happy. The people that want to come into the parks, the people that are letting them allow people into the parks. the general media talk about them, because that can just shut them down more quickly even than any official word.
So, just so you guys just saw, we asked our kids to stand off to the side and grab some shade. The problem
we were
is
asked to move into the sun.
Yeah, we were asked to move back into the sun because that puts us too close to the other side of the queue. Again, hydration is important, because if you're out in the sun for too long of a period of time, our son dehydrates rather quickly.
Yeah, he's always, he gets frequently overheated in the parks to the point we wind up in first aid. So we're trying to minimize that.
We don't want to have to live stream from first aid.
Yeah, you guys aren't going to
I don't know,
that.
you guys might enjoy that, you know. This is what first aid looks like.
I have a feeling they would say, no, you can't live stream inside.
Yeah,
of
that's true.
That's my guess.
That might be a little weird.
Yeah.
So anybody who's just joining us, we are over here in line, live from Hollywood Studios, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. The posted wait time when we got in line was 75 minutes for a standby. We are right now just at 30 minutes as we've been in line. We're just about to go inside, so half an hour to get inside the building. I'll be looking forward to getting inside the air conditioning. So we asked the kids to stand over there in the shade.
Yeah, they're over there.
There they are.
You're good.
But we're coming back over to the door, so.
We're waiting.
Oh, you guys are watching. Where are you guys from?
Pennsylvania.
Okay.
You are the third family from Pennsylvania. Do you guys have a special from Pennsylvania or something this week? Or
Special deal.
seriously, we've met 3 families from Pennsylvania in the past like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah. Is it maybe school starts this week?
Yeah. Well, I hope you guys have a great time. Seriously though, that is like the 3rd family we've met from Pennsylvania. So are we here or are we there? Are we here? I think we're here. Yeah, there are a lot of families right now who are just kind of getting ready for the school season to start.
Yes.
And I wonder if that's why it's a little bit more crowded?
Maybe.
It's
I
not-
think it's that, and it's just a combination of the silver pass holders, bless their hearts, are finally able to get into the parks.
Well, you know, at the same time though, annual pass holders have been a little bit more difficult at the backs of getting in anyway. So.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I think that they
Flip around
have
this way.
fully maxed out all of the parks, so that's just
Yeah.
adding to it. And
So we're gonna have interruptions here ever so often. Sorry about that, guys. My antiquated camera does not do well in the heat, and I do actually have a new camera that we picked up last week for streaming. The problem is that we've got to get it set up just right, and
giving us a little issue, so hopefully by the next time we stream, we'll get that taken care of.
so anytime we get, Mark, anytime we get in the sun for too long of a period of time, my phone, it becomes boiling hot. So, but we're about to get on the inside. It's going to be a lot more interesting now that we can actually get inside the inside the building. And once we get inside, it goes a lot quicker. It's really not that much of a queue inside. Kind of makes me wonder if, I understand they weren't prepared for. Hey, Diana. Diana's with us. We're about to go inside Mickey and Minnie's. I know they couldn't be prepared for the pandemic. There's just no way for them to be able to. But, there's not a lot of queue line inside. And I know the Great Movie Ride always had, like, all of this space over here was made for outdoor queues. But even that wasn't enough to sort of prepare for having to stand 6 foot apart from one another.
And that's the problem. They do have quite a bit of queue space inside, but to have to get that 6 feet
So we're
definitely grabbing a water somewhere.
we're gonna be picking up the other half of our family. Other half of our family is going to be joining us here as we go inside.
Kids are hiding in the shade.
We made them stand in the shade over to the side.
They're playing around and having fun, which is a good sign because they were looking a little wilted.
If they get too overheated, they get kind of done. That's one thing we hope that we can provide as far as what we can provide you here on our channel. Guys, if you're watching, if you've never watched this before here at Ear to Magic, the one thing we hope that we can kind of share is the fact that we are a family. It is not just myself. It is not just Susan and myself. Now, the kids aren't always with us. The kids aren't always with us, but lots of times we give them the opportunity to not be with us if they want to stay home out of the heat or if there's something else they need to do. They also do schooling at home. We don't homeschool, but they do their schooling online charter schools. So, but lots of times we take our family. Like my buddy's with me today. Look at him in his Universal mask. That's his teenage showing Disney what's for right there. Wearing his Universal mask. We go to Universal. We go to Universal and Disney, and we're going to be expanding and doing other fun things as well. But we're trying hard to give you guys a perspective of what it's like to do with this as a family. Understanding that when you guys ask us questions about staying in hotel rooms and how you do this, how to do that, it's always from the standpoint of us dealing with 3 kids. So there's 5 of us total. So
I don't know if any of you guys caught that. That's one of the things we were talking about was having the voice in the world. So the group in front of us is about 8, 9.
yeah, there's about 8 or 9 people in that group.
So he assumed they were 2 groups and were 2 close together. And
He was trying to spread us all out.
So that the rest of the 2 groups would split into 2.
Now, here's the thing. Let me explain this. We've talked about this before. This line here is a lot farther away from that line over there. That's just a unique situation. But lots of times, the lines are just like, for instance, you see this line here to there. You know, that's actually just a little over 6 feet. That's great, except for the fact that if you've got a larger group, sometimes your entire group can fill that space. The front of your group could stand there. The first person in your group could stand there. The last person could almost be to the next line. So what we try to do is if that happens to us, like say for instance, this group here in front of us, we'll leave a space. We'll leave an entire space. Yes, I know that makes the line a little bit longer, but just for everyone's safety, just to leave as much space, take it and utilize the space as you can. So if you guys have never been in Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, it used to be the great movie ride. The one thing about this is all throughout the first part of this queue, you're gonna see over there, you got a screen over there, you got a screen here. These are all movie posters for Mickey shorts. And notice here, it's going to change.
Treat like it, Ritz.
The whole theme of this is the theater is that this is a theater that celebrates and recognizes Mickey shorts. And the creators and the Imagineers for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway actually created a brand new Mickey short just for this attraction. And it is, I'm trying to remember, it is, I can't remember the name of it. Is it Vacation Mickey? What? Oh, Perfect Picnic, that's right. So the name of the short they created is called Perfect Picnic. And what happens is, and you're going to get experiences with us here soon, very soon, is in Perfect Picnic, Mickey and Minnie are going off for an afternoon picnic with just them 2. And they're going to spend the day together and have a great time. And we're going to go in and see the short. Now you notice that Pluto is with them. And in the background is Goofy. He is the conductor on the rail.
Yeah.
So what's going to end up happening is we're going to go in and we're going to be able to see the short Perfect Picnic. The only problem is the Perfect Picnic's not so perfect. Something happens. And that's what creates the whole experience of what we're going to be on the ride. Now, when you get finished riding Mickey and Minnie's Perfect Picnic of Runaway Railway, Mickey short called Vacation Fun, and you can sit in the new theater. It's been redone to have really cool seating. You see the head Mickey there? You can go next door and see Vacation Fun. The seats are really cool Mickey themed.
Welcome everyone. Well, we have a little seating as Mickey and Minnie are walking apart to enjoy that perfect picnic. Engineer Goofy pulled up in his train, and let's just say, he really had a blast.
Outstanding in this light fixture up and above. If you notice anything or an image of anything familiar that catches your eye, let me know.
That's why you said, can yours even get that high?
Yeah, so then the device starts checking
Right, right.
I think, you know, the idea of Imagineers getting to hide images in the rides like this, that's got to be a fun job. All right, get ready, guys. Here we go. I don't know. I'm not sure how this is going to work. We might not get to see the short today.
Earlier today, Goofy really had a blast in here, so instead of watching the cartoon, we are heading into the cartoon. I'm going to call you guys in by your numbers, starting with my friends on number 1, Grace's Lady to the train station.
Oh, so we're not going to get to see the perfect picnic at the beginning.
Then my friends on number 10.
So we're going to be escorted straight on in. So it's not unusual. A lot of rides in which like this have a pre-show or pre-queue. They are not able to or unable to show the rides. So normally what happens is you get to watch the cartoon. Mickey and Minnie are more picnic. And unfortunately, they have a crash and walk into the cartoon world. So technically what now, we have walked into the cartoon. The effect is kind of ruined when you walk in and the screen's already broken, but I just,
minutes from the actual ride.
but that, you know, that is just the pre-show.
Oh, hey there, run-em-up railroad riders! Engineer Goofy here. For your safety aboard the train, please keep your hands, arms, feet, and
Are you doing a Goofy dance?
inside your car at all times.
The run them up, come up.
And be
Come up. You know, we're coming up, this next weekend would have been the first Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, right?
We do not get to see the witches run them.
No, we don't get to see the Sanderson sisters this year. This will be the first year in a long time, entire season of the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween parties. They would have started this following weekend, this Friday, as a matter of fact. There's the Run 'em Up Park. So we're gonna go for right there. Now notice they have along the queue lines, because the queues are right beside one another, they put up walls on either side. They are clear up top, so it's not as claustrophobic. But it just allows people to still stand beside one another on other sides of the walls.
hands, arms, feet, and legs inside your train car. And be sure to keep an eye on your little railroad riders.
Okay. Alrighty.
Hola pasajeros. Durante nuestro viaje en tren, para su seguridad, mantengan sus manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro de sus coches. Por favor, permanezcan.
All right, so we got in line about 45 minutes ago. About 45 minutes. Now, they said it was about a 70 to 75 minute wait. We're going to be right at 50. So it's probably about 20 minutes longer than it really actually is. And that tends to go, that's normal for what's happening for the Disney rides at this moment.
For your safety on board the train, please keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside your train car at all times. Be sure to stay in your seats and keep a watchful eye on your little railroad riders. Okay? Thanks.
Hola pasajeros. Durante nuestro viaje en tren, para su seguridad.
All right, so everybody who's watching right now live, if this is your first time riding Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, raise your hand. Let us know in the comments. I want to know who is riding for the first time. Susan, put your hand down. You've ridden this ride before. That's not fair. You've ridden this several times. Now, I will tell you this, guys. The thing about this ride is the way that it's created. We're going to be on the ride. We're going to be on the train with Goofy. He's going to be our conductor. There are 3 cars, and depending on which car we sit in, it will change what we can see. Yep, 4. Sorry, 4. So if we're sitting in the front, we may see things that people in the back will never see, and vice versa.
If we're in the middle, we don't do anything. What?
1, 2, 3, 4. Which one are we in?
5 and 6.
5 and 6?
What?
All right.
Which ones are we in?
So what did they tell us? All in 5? 5 and 6. All righty. All right, so we're gonna be in the third car, guys. That means we'll be able to see a little bit of what the front rows can see and maybe catch something. All right, so Goofy's in there somewhere. Yes, I'm gonna have to take off my hat and you guys need to take off your ears. Yes, I will be taking off my hat. You do not want to leave your hat on this ride. Trust me, I've almost lost it a couple of times. I'm okay. Nope.
Push you in there so you don't fly away.
I know, I almost flew away there. Caught the edge. All right.
Testing. This thing on. Can you all hear me way back in the back? Welcome aboard, folks. We're ready for a relaxing ride around the park. Hey, Mickey M. What could possibly go wrong? Oh no! I must have hit that track switch! Hooray, hooray, hooray! Step right up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. There they are!
Oh, not the Smasher!
my guided tour. Hope you had a relaxing ride around the park, and thanks for sticking with me. Hey, picnickers! Told you nothing was gonna go wrong. Gosh, what's this lever do? Here we are, back in the barn. Remember to gather up all your personal belongings, take your small children by the hand, and watch your step as you exit my train. Come back and see me again real soon, okay? So long.
All right, let's see if I can fall out of the car like I fell into it. Woo. All right. Thank you. Now, there's Employee of the Month, Goofy. And here's the guy who started his love of trains and has shared it with everyone since. Walt himself. And we're walking back outside of the cartoon world the way we came in, except this time, hand sanitizer. Let's take a few seconds to talk about hand sanitizer. Use it, it's available. It's at the beginning, at the end of every ride. So use it before you get on rides so you don't take your germs on, and you use it on the way out so you don't take anybody else's with you. So, what do you guys think? Did you guys enjoy that?
You guys like it?
Was it as exciting? What was the most exciting part? The fact that I fell into the car in the very beginning? That was exciting.
Yep.
So, nice little gift shop on the outside. You don't go through it, but it's still there. All right, so it said 70 minutes for the ride. We're right at 60 minutes getting out of the ride. So we get a lot of questions, lots of times being asked, how good are the wait times? They are good in the fact that they are normally a little bit longer than they really turn out to be. Was it 75 minutes? We were in, on, and off in 60 minutes. So a lot better than the 75 posted when we first showed up.
Yes.
So
We need to find some place to get some.
let's grab some water. Let's go get some water so get these kids hydrated.
What if we walk over to Sunset?
So kind of give you guys an idea what the crowds are looking like. It's always the biggest question.
It's not uncommon in certain areas for it to compress a little bit.
I mean, when half the park is in line for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway, and the other half is in Rise of the Resistance. Which, by the way, the next opening to try to get into a boarding group for Rise of the Resistance will be at 2 o'clock. So we've got about 55 minutes before that happens.
We are going to try.
So what's going to end up happening is we're going to try to get you guys in to see the new Disney Friends Orchestra show, which is going to play again at 1:45. The last show was at 1. We knew we weren't going to make that one. So we're going to try to get you in at 1:45 so you can see the new show that just started this past week. While we're in for the show at 2 o'clock, we'll open up the next wave for the Rise of the Resistance. So while that show's going on, we're going to try to be getting on. So we won't be talking about it actively unless we're out of the show already. You want to try there? I'm gonna walk over here in the shade just a little bit. Try to keep my camera from being overheated. Oh, and sit and chat with you guys for just a moment. Whew. All right. Make sure there. Do you guys enjoy Mickey and Minnie's? I have ridden that ride several times since it opened up. I noticed something today for the first time that I'd never noticed before. Now, I don't do a lot of researching other people's blogs and watching other people's videos and stuff like that to learn things. I like to do a lot of stuff myself as far as, you know, experiencing it and trying to finding things myself. I just saw something today in Mickey and Minnie's I've never seen before. I guess I can go ahead and share with you guys. I've never noticed that Pluto is in every one of those scenes. But I noticed him in 2 of those scenes today. He's just kind of hidden in there. So that's pretty cool. Now it means every time I ride it, I'm going to have to look for Pluto in every single one of those scenes. So. I do take my hat off and my glasses off sometimes when I'm riding that ride because there is the tornado scene in the middle. It is very windy. I don't know if you guys could hear it just from the microphone. But I've had a hat almost blown off before while trying to ride. So put this down here. So I'm talking to you guys. So notice that Pluto was in most of the scenes today, hidden around here and there. And I saw him swimming in the water. And I saw him hanging out above the building in the city stop. He showed up in the cross from Daisy at the very last minute. So if I can give you a challenge for anybody riding this ride from now on, look for Pluto. He's in every one of the scenes. I found him in 2 today. I got water. But we have to be stationary to drink it. Where can we be stationary? Is this stationary? I'm going to do this ongoing joke, but it's just so appropriate. It's so funny. Is this what? It looks questionable to me. We did that at the Jungle Cruise. And one of the cast members cracked up. She's like, I love Tarzan. Tantor, one of the underrated characters from Tarzan. Stationary, we're not moving. We found an area off the side. And I just spilled all my water.
Thing, guys, if we're not actively drinking and we have our mask down, they will come talk to you if they see it. So we're learning to chug liquids. You can't even like put it down for a minute. I'm asking you to put your mask on.
I was sitting talking on a live stream a week ago, and I put my drink down to the side as I was talking, and I had a security guard stop by and ask me questions.
We had some Asian friends who were sitting at a table, were drinking, but not actively, like in the moment outside somewhere, and had a cast member ask them to put their mask on until they decided they wanted to drink again. So just keep that in mind.
Drinking, else you aren't technically drinking. The 2 seconds you aren't drinking, so you need to put your mask on those 2 seconds.
At the same time, though, I do understand why they're doing it. There were a lot of people who would just sit there and hold a drink of water, never actually drink it, and then walk around with their mask down, and anytime they get asked, "Who's drinking?" See, that's why they have to make rules like this, sort of, for those.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Yep. But, you know, even when we weren't, I didn't feel comfortable taking my mask off and just walking around. I would like to stand off to the side anyway and kind of make it easy. So, All right. All right, crowd cam.
We just changed.
All right, call it to attention, soldiers.
We may have some army men headed this way.
I'm gonna expect that we're gonna get this is some Toy Story Land here. But if we can't get to Toy Story Land, maybe will come to us. So as we mentioned several times throughout the day, many cavalcades will come down. They will be heading down Hollywood Boulevard here. They will come down Hollywood Boulevard, come all the way down to the Chinese Theater, take a left, and go down and inside the space in between the Backlot Express and Star Tours. I think we've just turned up in time to see one of them just now. Time for the Pixar Friends cavalcade. Gonna get you guys front row seats and wave to some Pixar friends. For pictures and some video. Now I have to say, the vehicles that are used in these cavalcades here at Hollywood Studios, I would like to drive any one of them personally. But my favorite, one of my two favorites is coming up in this cavalcade at the back end. Oh, there's Edna Mode. Look at that vehicle, guys. Even her cars are fashionable. Hi, Edna. Roar, Sully. And look at this car, guys. Looking good, Buzz. He doesn't fly, he drives with style. All right, and that little cavalcade in just less than a minute allows you to see pretty much every single one of the characters that's Pixar related that's usually in the parks. So, Monsters Inc., Toy Story Land, all of those normally would be characters you could see somewhere else in the parks. But because they're not in the parks to be seen and meeting with guests, you still get to see them, get to hang out with them, wave with them. And I think that's pretty cool. So if there's a character that you normally see in the parks that you like, somehow Disney has incorporated a way for them to come to the parks and you still get a wave, a smile, and a hello from them. How you guys doing today? Doing great. Trying to find the shade wherever we can. So another good thing about the small cavalcades is because they are so short, they're only a minute long, people will gather quickly to see them, but before a large crowd can really get together and get people too close together, the cavalcade's over. So it does create small groups for a small, shorter period of time. Like for instance, we did have a few people come stand right beside us right quick, but you know, it was very short-lived. It's Bespoke Magic Trips. Hello, happy Sunday. How is Mexico City today? Hollywood's doing pretty good. A little warm. So should we go see about go checking out the new orchestra, Disney Orchestra Friends?
Let's walk that direction.
That show's going to be about 30 minutes, so maybe by the time we get there, we can get in line for it.
Yeah, and let's see if I can get some more water for us. That's quick swimming down there. There's lots of ice in my cup, which I appreciate, but it made the water very cold. But
We have to get water every so often. All right, so for those of you guys who just joined, we just rode Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. You're going to want to go back and watch that later to reconnect. Yeah, you know, I often drop signal like when I'm doing things with the internet, like this little area of Sunset Boulevard. I'm not really sure why. Yeah, well, I actually get better signal right by the Giant Haunted Hotel. Heading down Sunset Boulevard. The Hollywood Tower Hotel is in the background. Can we walk in to one of the stores from this direction? We'll look at some merchandise as we make it to the theater. This is the exit only. We got to find an entrance somewhere. Can we go in this way? Sometimes it's difficult. It says exit there. It's difficult to find anymore. Oh, Cloudy City is still cloudy, and Mexico City is still locked down. Well, we're going to share our sunshine with you guys this afternoon. You guys can have as much sunshine as you want. We'll be glad to share. I don't know.
don't forget, guys, we're AP.
Yeah, up until the 14th, annual pass holders still get 30% off of their purchases in the park. So take advantage of your AP discounts while you can. I like this shirt. It's a Tommy Bahama shirt. It's Aloha Mickey. So. You need my stuffs?
You have better stuff than Mom, so you have to share. Well, mine fell out of my pocket this morning when I was in the car, so. Okay, we're good. She says we're good. So Chris's.
What about your BBC card?
Oh, I do. Oh, I probably do have that. I forgot about that.
Is the BBC discount the same as annual pass holders? I think
So
it
it's
is,
30% as well? That's just what was in my mind.
So Susan is purchasing a couple of cooling towels.
So most of them have now the insert. So
Yep, the chip. A lot of them have the chip readers now, so you can just insert them without having to swipe. Also, the good thing is most of the time you do not have to input your PIN. You don't have to touch the pad. That's nice. You know, Susan wanted to grab some cooling towels for the kids to make sure we can keep some extra coolness on them. So if anybody loves Loungefly backpacks, it's at about the mid 90s right now, I believe. Is it about 90 degrees, 95 degrees at the moment?
yes.
So it's a little warm.
With the heat index, it's
For-
warmer than that.
A little over 100 with the heat index.
It normally runs between 103 and 106 at that temperature.
So as far as Loungefly,
Very cute.
look at the Kevin.
Love
from
the
Up.
Kevin backpack. I would not mind having that.
Stitch has been out for a while, but still love Stitch. There's even a mini Stitch. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this. How many times do you ever see these guys on merchandise? See, we got a little money bag. There's Edna, Doug, Incredibles, Pixar, Monsters Inc. That's cool characters. So if you've got a favorite character or if you like to do some Disney bounding, These kind of things will really be helpful. Throw it on your back and give a little extra clue as to what you're dressing as. Is she going to wet down the towels?
She's gonna get Liberty a raincoat.
A raincoat? Oh, okay. Today? I know she needs one. So apparently Susan's going to be getting Liberty a raincoat as well. She's outgrown her normal raincoat. And she's got a nice Cherry Tree Lane dress that is with the Tiki Room. So she's going to get her the Tiki Room raincoat as well. Look and see what's new or different. Yeah, Kristen, they have Loungefly backpacks of like everything. It's like you got a character, they've got it. So, well, she's purchasing that. Wait, she's gonna need my. You're gonna need my cardigan, aren't you? Or are you gonna use your DVC?
DC.
All right. Which raincoat are you getting?
She's getting
Oh,
this
this one.
It does have some Tiki Room stuff on it, and then it has the snacks.
Not for today, but just so we can have it. It's raining almost every single day here lately, so we got drenched yesterday. And she just can't fit into her hat or her raincoat anymore. I was gonna say hats. Let me show you some of the new hats if they have them over here, guys. So you've got a Disney dad, Disney mom. Look, I love this. Disney moms gets two styles: Disney kid and Disney baby. Hats for everybody. All right, and you also have I Conquered Rock and Roller Coaster. That feels very smooth. And most all hats, I'm going to prove myself wrong. I'll make myself a liar. This one's $24.99 because it's youth. It's a child's hat. All adult hats usually are all the same price. I like the fact that Disney does try to keep them together. Hi guys, saying hello. Yeah, almost all Disney hats you're going to see are going to be $27.99 because when people will ask, well, how much is that hat? They try to keep it standardized. Same thing for the ears, like for headbands and stuff like that. They try to keep them all the same price. Unfortunately, that means that, you know, when the price goes up for one, it goes up for all of them. But all mini ears right now are going to be $29.99. I wish this hat was the same color blue as my shirt.
But it's not.
But they say it's not. I don't know. So I'm colorblind. And to me,
You're colorblind. Trust us when we say
I'm colorblind when it's blue and purple.
slightly different.
A little different.
So,
darker.
so we're gonna go get. Cooling towels wet. We're gonna go let down cooling towels.
Okay, and then we need to get in line for the next showing. Doing great. How are you today? All right, so Susie's gonna go cool off the cooling towels. I'm gonna go jump in line. Yeah, the bathrooms are right there. I'm gonna go see about jumping in line for the orchestra. Okay, you gonna go with me?
Yeah.
All right. So they'll find an exit here.
Probably gonna do something while you're doing the orchestra.
You're not gonna listen in on us?
I might just go over and do rock and roller coasters.
You phone with you, right?
Yep.
All right. So I saw a comment when we were inside. I wanted to read back about it. Cameron, Cameron holds a record for most times someone could ride Soarin' in one day, 28 times. Wow, that's a lot of times. That's impressive.
You could break it with confidence.
I think we rode Flight of Passage 3 times in one day, and we thought we were really overdoing it. I don't know if I could do 28 times. Now I have to ask Cameron, was that the new Soarin' or the Soarin' over California version? Because I don't know. I think I could do Soarin' over California quite a bit. I like that. Now what we're going to be doing, guys, is this is a brand new thing that they've just started last week here at the Theater of the Stars, where they normally have Beauty and the Beast live. They are now doing the Disney Society Orchestra and Friends. We're going to see if we can get into the 145, which is the next one here. If not, the next one after that's 2:30. So the thing about this is that they don't have the full show for Beauty and the Beast, but they are playing live music. There are 4 songs that are going to be played. After the 4 songs, during the 4th song, we have some Disney friends show up on stage with us. So we're going to take you guys and let you see that show live with us. Hopefully you will enjoy it along with us. It doesn't look like there's a huge line at the moment, so
It looks like you walk right in.
it looks like a walk-in kind of scenario. So we're gonna have to wait for Susan and them to join us. Do you have, if you've got your phone with you, why don't you go jump on the rock and roller coaster? Hey, not me, but Mom when you're done, okay?
Touch mom.
Yes. All right. I will say this, we have been coming to Disney so many years, so long. When we first came, these little guys were just barely old enough to remember what was going on. It's kind of weird to think that nowadays, you know, they have their own cell phone, they can go off on their own, and like he can actually go and ride his own ride. So we've kind of gone through the toddler years, the preteen years, and now we're dealing with the teen years as far as how to deal with a Disney family. So if you guys ever have any questions as what it's like to deal with how to do certain rides, how to do certain things, how to get in the hotels and stuff like that when it comes to families, we are glad to be able to share what we've known and what we've experienced. But it's a sense of pride knowing that your son is walking off to ride his own Disney ride by himself. When, you know, I remember many, many years ago, it was me trying to convince him that, no, you can ride this and you won't die. It's okay, it's fun. So Kevin, that is pretty amazing if you just did that 28 times. I think if you could ride it that many times in one day, they should give you a special certificate at the end of the day. Hopefully they did. I know you by your first name when you're all done. So you can kind of see the crowds at the moment. I think he's decided he wants to go ride rock and roller coaster. He's got his phone on him, so he's going to call us he's going to call you when he's done. I guess he should have gotten his cooling towel first. You get his cooling towel. Let's go jump on in. It does looks like it may be a walk-in kind of scenario at the moment. We good to walk in? With us right now is a big fan of Beauty and the Beast live. It's a show that we would do not often because oftentimes it was hard to get into at times. Hello. You know, the last time we saw a Beauty and the Beast show was on the Disney Dream, wasn't it? Last fall we got to go to the Bahamas on a Disney cruise, and the show on the Disney Dream was so much fun. It was a beautiful show. It was very well done. All right. Hello. They said there was punch and pie. Is there punch and pie?
I didn't bring any today.
What? There's no punch and pie?
I know.
I thought you were supposed to supply everything.
I think we were, John.
All right.
Thank you, John.
Yourself.
So we're going to be nice and cool here. Now notice they do have every other row is cordoned off, and the rows that aren't cordoned off do have labels on it for certain sections so that there can only be 3 parties sitting on each row. So they'll ask us to sit in a certain spot, completely distanced. I might not be talking too much for you guys if I kind of keep it low so we're not disturbing anybody else who's waiting in the theater. Thank you. I wonder if they're gonna let me sit with them. All right, so our section, we'll get center section here with our little group.
I'm just going to restate for the record that cooling towels are a magical thing.
Are you enjoying that cooling
I
towel?
am. Caleb's lost my game.
Baby, you're playing a game?
So it seems close to the surface of your skin, and the cooling towel cools the blood that's running through it and cools you more
Welcome
quickly.
to our
Gator.
health and
I
safety
know it
area.
does, but I'm
Please maintain physical distancing by sitting in every other row and allow at least 6 feet of space between parties
You can
seated
also
in the
put it on
center.
top of your head,
Thank you for your understanding and
but
cooperation.
I have a lot of hair.
Please
here,
enjoy
so
the show.
Any air.
benefit Chris more than me.
right, so
Just tuck it under his hat or something.
Somebody was asking whether or not this is in the space that Phantasmic used to be. This is actually a separate area. The Phantasmic Theater is actually beyond and back here.
Yeah,
It is
front
an
and back.
open air theater. This theater here
Uncovered.
is covered. It is set up to as a different show during the day. It's live.
Yes.
But
Which has not been showing. since
they haven't been showing it. Disney is still
discussing,
finagling,
yes,
working with
discussions.
the actors group to get all of the shows back into play. But until that happens, they've sort of came up with this as sort of a fill-in so that they can use the space and it has a show. Great thing is it is covered, so it does make it a lot cooler. A nice place for a bit. And we're going to, from what we've heard, orchestra. That is a total of 4 songs that they'll play. They're actually medleys.
Yes.
So groups of songs depending on, which movies they're from. And then we're going to have some surprise guests come and join us, I believe, on the last song.
We'll say I'm gonna want some more water after we're done with this.
You know why Caleb went to go ride a rock and roller coaster, right?
It's air conditioned.
Well, that too, but he knows that we won't do a live rock and roller coaster on the live stream.
Yes, yeah. When they won't, we know there's very few rides they won't allow us, but that magnetic start to the coaster, the rapid acceleration, just doesn't lend itself to holding something while you're riding, and they're not going to let us do that. So we don't want you guys tucked in a pocket while we ride. So we're just
You don't
gonna
want to, yeah.
nice to you guys. So,
So
we're
whenever we
not
do
gonna
a
ride
whenever
this
we do a
time.
live stream, if we're doing something like that, we're not going to ride things that you guys can't do with us. So we'll share those on
try
our
to avoid
Instagram
that.
or Facebook page, but we won't make you guys have to wait in our pocket or our backpack. So JC was asking whether or not Splash Mountain is still open. It is open. It's been having some problems in the past couple of weeks. They have had some days when it's been shut down. And of course, this past week, they had one of the logs that sank down.
Yeah, one of the logs sank.
So intermittent issues, but it is still open. As long as they fix those issues or take care of those logs or something like that, then they'll put it right back into play again. So.
Yeah.
Now Cameron here had just rode Soarin' around the world 28 times in one day.
Whoa, that's cool.
That's
I don't know if I could do that.
That's a lot of times in around the world on one day. I'd say I would really appreciate it if they would to bring back Soarin' over California for just like a short bit. That would be fine.
That would be a fun little throwback. Oh, you barely ate. Yeah, I would think
Ooh.
you would have to.
I don't know if you'd want to eat if you're continually doing that.
But you might want to eat some, because if you didn't eat any, it might have the opposite effect. Yeah.
I think it kind of helped probably because of the shorter wait times
Sunshine
and stuff like that
Seasons
as
would be my
well.
friend. I would be like ordering food as I was walking out, and then I would once again order.
What if we were gonna try to make a record for the many times riding a ride in one day? What ride would we do it on?
Flight of Passage, without hesitation.
Really?
That would
But
be the ride.
we
I
rode
would
it 3
want to
times
do.
in one day the other week, and we were like, okay, we're good, we're
No,
done.
I could have ridden it again. You guys were done, and so I was like, okay.
Oh, you heard it?
I
Okay.
could have ridden it again.
I totally got that wrong then. I would have thought
could have
that.
ridden it. I could have ridden it several more times. Yeah. I'm gonna check this aside.
for me, if I could try to break a record and try to ride a number of rides in one ride, I probably would do Splash Mountain. I like Splash Mountain.
Yeah, see, I like Splash Mountain, but I don't like Splash Mountain.
She doesn't like water rides, period.
No, every time I ride, when you guys see me ride, it's like an act of love for Chris because I want to ride of something with him, but I really do not.
She will ride Pirates. She will ride Navi. She doesn't mind the smell of the water, but she doesn't
I
like.
don't like it to follow me off the ride, though.
Yeah, she doesn't want to get wet with
like
the smell.
it. And I will say, it's not just the scent of it, just so we're being
Hey,
fully.
pretty good.
I don't mind the scent of bromine, honestly, and bromine doesn't evaporate out of the water like chlorine does, so it doesn't get up. Like, I can't do water parks for very long.
Yeah, chlorine does not do well with her.
No. However, bromine is close enough to chlorine.
I like the smell too.
It irritates my bronchial tubes. So if it's on my person and I get wet enough, then it does actually start to. My throat itches, and
So
it's like
later,
I'm breathing through a straw.
Later
a
tonight,
little
when the
bit.
parks are done, we're gonna be headed back to our hotel. We're gonna be staying at Bay Lake Towers tonight.
Yes,
So we're gonna
so
be heading out to the pool and checking out the pool tonight.
And I will not be in the water.
She will not be in the water
And
because
that's
too much
why I
chlorine.
love the idea of a pool. I love to get wet, but then I pay for it later. So
We used to go to a gym way back in the day where we had really awesome hot tubs.
huge,
And
these gigantic.
They were just amazing.
Hot tubs. They
So
were,
hot.
The temperature was amazing.
She couldn't get in it because within like the first 30 seconds, the smell of the chlorine
The
would just
chlorine
overwhelm
was just
her.
evaporated into the air from the heat around and aerosolized, and just like it was like sucking air through a straw within a few minutes. And so, yeah, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't. I tried. I loved him and he wanted to go sit in the hot tub,
She
and I
did
just
try.
could not do it.
So Cameron, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys kind of hopping on with us. I know sometimes, especially for us, we've not done a lot of live streams.
No.
We do a lot of videoing and editing and putting it back up. But I think it's really been important for us to do live streams lately because a lot of questions we get asked are, what are the crowds like? Live streams are raw. They're not filtered. They're
We
not me
can't
changed.
edit them.
I can't change the
We
perspective.
can't-
I can't
yeah.
cut that one person out who was way too close. So live streams are really good, especially for people who have a lot
If
of
we get
questions.
stuck in a bottleneck, we can't
Yeah,
edit that
you guys can see what the
out.
parks are really like, what the wait times are really like, how close people are following to mask guidelines and stuff like that. And so stuff like that is, I think is important for everybody to see, especially I have a lot of people who've been asking me this past week, I've got a trip this coming, end of this month.
What do
Next
you
month,
think?
what's it like? And I just tell them, look, check the live stream. That way you
Just
guys can
watch
see it for yourself.
Yep.
Now, I wanted to ask, I know what rides we would do. I want to know if you were gonna set a you ride over and over and over again to set a record for it. It can't Slinky Dog Dash. I think she's just prepping this up for Toy Story Land. Oh, she's gonna change it to something. Or Flight of Passage. All right, so here's the deal. How about you guys should have a girls' day at the park. Like you two should just go to Animal Kingdom one day and ride nothing but Flight of Passage. Now you can't live stream it. It will be a live stream of you putting the camera in the back pocket.
We'll take over Ear to Ear Magic Instagram, and maybe you guys can see. We'll post stories every time we ride.
That would be interesting to see how many times you guys could ride in one day.
Number 3, take a break for some water. Conveniently, quick service is right outside the exit.
Yeah. You guys can get a night blossom. Cool off and I wouldn't mind a light blossom.
Grab some lunch.
Or I could just sit outside Light Blossom and drink a Light Blossom and then let you just count you guys every time you walk by. I'll have a counter. I'll just sit out and drink Night Blossoms and give you guys counts every time you walk by.
Yeah. That could work.
I seriously, I think you should consider that.
We might do that.
I think that would work. So for anybody who's just jumping in, we're waiting. We've got about another 4 minutes now. We're going to be at the Disney Orchestra and Friends. Was it Disney Orchestra Society and Friends?
Something like
It's
that.
a new fill-in show here at Hollywood Studios. It is in the theater where Beauty and the Beast Live is at. We'll be seeing a live orchestra here in a few minutes. They're going to be playing 4 different melodies or groups of songs, all of them with a central theme. And we're going to have some friends join us at the last song. Of course, we will not be talking during the performance. So do us a favor if you're watching and somebody else comes on and asks a comment, hey, what are we watching? Fill it in for us. We'd appreciate it.
For the health and safety of everyone, please maintain physical distancing by sitting in every other row and allow at least 6 feet of space between parties seated in the same row. Thank you for your understanding and cooperation. Please enjoy the show.
I enjoy live music. I don't know if you guys remember, was it 2 or 3 years ago? Was it in 2017 they had the Pixar?
Yeah.
Was it the Pixar? They had a Pixar orchestra show. We actually showed up. We showed up to try to. We were here the very first afternoon they did it. I remember because we broke a few laws, driving speed laws to get here in time. I don't know anything about that because I wasn't driving. We had to get here in time. It's a Friday afternoon, and that was really entertaining. But it wasn't everybody's cup of tea. Because it was a full-on live orchestra show. I really enjoyed it because it was a full concert. Not everybody liked it as much because it gets a little boring for those who like a little bit more action. So it was a lot of music. Video game music. Yeah, well, this was all music from the shows and from the movies. So I still remember that. I'm gonna have to go back and find that one of our old videos on Facebook. But we barely made it in. Matter of fact, I still remember we were seated back there because we were the last ones to get in for the show. It was pretty funny because we really did want to get in for a show. So we opted to sit in the very back balcony just so we could do so. Hi, Luis. We now have someone from Colombia and Brazil watching.
Oh boy.
So how is the weather in Brazil right now, Luis? Hopefully it is as nice, if not nicer than what we got right now. I hear some tapping. All right, so guys, we're gonna get ready to get started the show in just a couple of minutes.
Yep.
Again, I'm not going to be talking during the performance. We're going to let you guys enjoy it, and afterwards we'll check in with you guys to chat with you. Oh wow. You know, Cameron, I don't know. I think it's only 4 songs. So it's only like maybe 10, 15 minutes.
The Disney Society Orchestra.
some familiar tunes from right here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Now that first number was from Monsters Incorporated in honor of our pals Mike and Sully. And our soloist there on the soprano saxophone, you heard Gene. And on that incredible bass solo, that was Doug. Now this next number will take you to a hive of villainous scum in a galaxy far, far away.
mermaids out there may have recognized that as Under the Sea from the 1989 Disney classic movie, The Little Mermaid. Hey guys, it's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. And it's time for one of our favorite themes from Disney's Hollywood Studios.
And you certainly have a friend in us. And speaking of us, let me introduce the band to you. Once again on the woodwinds, Eugene. And over on the bass, you know him, you love him, that's Doug. Our drummer is Paul. We've got Judy back there on the piano. And on the slide trombone is Herbie. My name is Bobby, and together we are the Disney Society Orchestra. Thank you. Now, we hope you've enjoyed our time together. I know we certainly have. And for our last number, I think we have a few friends who would like to come out and say bonjour. Wadsworth, Mrs. Potts, and Chip. We are the Disney Society Orchestra, and thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for joining us for the Disney Society Orchestra and Friends. We
All right.
hope that you enjoy the rest of your day here.
What do you guys think?
at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
I like this type of music. I like live music.
Yeah.
I was a band geek, you know, back in high school. Do you remember which of these instruments I played in high school?
I can't remember if it was a trumpet or a trombone.
It was a
trombone.
It was a trombone. That was me with the
He
trombone.
does also own
I also do own a trumpet because I wanted to be a trumpeter, but
Yeah.
that's another story. All right, so we're gonna head on back out here, guys. And the strange thing was, it wasn't a full theater. I mean, it was very easy to get into. Anyone could have probably walked right into this theater and seen the performance if they wanted to. I enjoyed it because, one, I like live music. Two, it's not air conditioned, but it's cool in here. It's covered, so it's a nice little respite from the heat. Oh. So, mind you, it is not a play. It is not a full-on, but we do get to see some characters from Beauty and the Beast, which is nice. And again, I like the live music. So what do you guys think? Thank you, Joe. Have a good afternoon, sir. I'm gonna grab some hand sanitizer as we head on out. Get in touch with, see if our
Caleb
son.
has ice waters across the way for us.
Oh, he's already done riding, huh?
He's on it.
Gonna grab some more hand sanitizer.
Yep.
All right. Stay as clean as possible. But no, it's good for an easy show. It doesn't look like it's too crowded. Pretty easy for anyone just to walk in and see it. Unlike Beauty and the Beast live, which oftentimes we didn't get to see, which is kind of one of those things back in the Fast Pass days. It's like, I don't want to use, don't take my wording wrong, but do you waste the Fast Pass on a show? It really depends on how much you like the show. There are certain shows that I would definitely do a Fast Pass on. I love Finding Nemo. To me, it's one of the best stage shows and productions. Actually, Animal Kingdom overall, when full functioning park, has two of the best floor shows in all of Disney World, within the Festival of the Lion King and Finding Nemo in the musical. I think it's wrong that they get to monopolize so much of the really great shows, but they do. So I'm really looking forward to when those are going to return, because right now that's those shows. We have some cast member friends. We're really looking forward to them coming back to work, because we really want to see Marlin. We really want to see Dory again. We want to see, and we want to find Nemo again. So shout out to our cast member friends. Hopefully you guys will be returning to the stage very, very soon. Miss you guys. So we have some water waiting for us, you said? Now let's give you an idea of what it looks like around here. So a lot of the tables are full. I wouldn't say it's completely full, but it's not empty. Awesome. Thank you. How was Rock and Roller Coaster?
What do you think about the ride? I got front row seat.
You got a front row seat again? Awesome. Caleb has a knack for getting into front rows on roller coasters. He really is good at it.
Sometimes it just demands, can I have
So-
the row, please?
Kayla, tell him what is your favorite time ever getting to ride in the front row of a roller coaster?
Well, at Dollywood's in Parkin, Tennessee. It was the last ride of the night on a giant wild eagle coaster. And the last ride of the day, front row seats.
And it was a fairly new coaster when we rode it. This was many years ago. We were the last rides of the night. They had already shut down the queue. We were in the front row. We actually had someone offer us, they were in the second or third row, they offered us, was it $20? $20. Hey, $20 if we would switch rows with them so that they could ride in the front. Now this is a wing coaster. In other words, the seats were actually off to the side of the track. Look it up, Google it. It's Wild Eagle at Dollywood. Amazing, fun coaster. We had already ridden it that day. So it's not like we hadn't already ridden it, but we had not ridden in the front. So in a wing coaster like this, you have nothing in front of you. What did you tell them? They offered you $20, and I said, "Look, well, it's not my ride; it's my son's ride. I'll let him make the decision, and he can keep the money." And what'd you tell him?
I said no.
I was blown away. They were going to hand him a $20 bill just to change seats, and he's like, "Nope, I want that experience." So.
That's a lot of money.
But here's the thing though: if he had taken the $20 would have been gone, right? Whatever you had paid and bought with that $20 would be finished, right? But the memory, I ask you what's your favorite ride ever to ride in the front, that memory is worth a whole lot more than $20.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'd be honest, let's be honest. We're not gonna sit there and ever, tell you stuff that's not for real. It's not cheap to do the theme park life. I mean, it costs money. It costs money to vacation. But fact of the matter is, the memories of being able to do stuff like this is what's really, really fun to do, especially with your family. So when you guys ask us to help you plan your trips, that's awesome. We take that very serious because of the fact that we also like to build sort of the family memories. We take a lot of merit into that. So we're hoping that when you allow us to help you plan out some trips and stuff like that, we're hoping we can help you do some of that memory building as well. So what is your favorite? What's your favorite? I want you guys to share some stories with us. What's your favorite ride experience as far as last ride of the day, first ride of the day, got to ride the teacups with Alice? What kind of things have you ever done? I know Cameron's already explained. Cameron, you missed it when you were right before you left. Cameron had said rode 28 times, soaring. Rode soaring 28 times in one day. So that's pretty cool. If anybody else, oh my goodness, does anybody else have any other ride experiences like that? I got a cooling towel on me now. John says front row in the Incredicoaster. We have yet to ride the Incredicoaster. We were actually planning on going out to Disneyland hopefully this summer, and that did not pan out. We had, yeah. Kind of hard to go when it's closed. We could have still gone. Hey kids, look, it's Disneyland. Driven by Body Wave.
It'd be worth the memories.
Yeah. So John rode the first ride. Now the Incredicoaster is pretty new as far as the revision of it, but that's pretty cool, especially the way that they put the characters all throughout the ride the way they did. We're hoping to ride the Incredicoaster soon. See it. I want you to ride it.
Yeah, I want to know about it.
It does have a loop in it. Has one loop, but it's a too bad, right?
Yeah.
Now,
I'm still not riding the full.
you wouldn't ride Rock and Roller Coaster for a long time.
Yes, the thing is, I don't like the part where it's the countdown. It makes me stress. I do not like the waiting part where you have to.
You don't like the Rock and Roller going.
It feels like an hour to me.
I don't like it either.
Well, at least you didn't get stopped on it. Stopped right before there and told the rides could just randomly go off.
Actually, that'd
I
be
got
much less
stopped
stressful.
right up in the front, and it just randomly heard a sound. Randomly heard, "Please stay away from the track." The ride
Yeah,
will
sometimes
start
it will.
moving suddenly,
Yeah, well.
which is really stressful when you're waiting to launch off.
I wouldn't be stressed at all because there wouldn't be a visible countdown.
John said also making a lightsaber at Savi's at Galaxy's Edge. I'm hoping that that full experience comes back soon. And for those of you who don't know, that is being able to go in and making your own lightsaber. Right now, they're not quite doing that at the moment. So you can make your own saber, but they're not making it a full show like they used to. So it's sort of like overall everything. The experience is there, but it's not the full experience as it was created to be. All right, we need to go to the gift shop for the Hollywood Tower of Terror, unless we want to ride Tower of Terror.
No, thank you. No, thank you. I will hide.
Nobody's going to ride Tower of Terror?
I'll ride it.
You ride it?
I'll go hide.
I don't know what the wait time is at the moment, but there's a new pair of mini ears. So we're going to go ride it. We can go find the ears. You guys can maybe meet us in the gift shop.
You guys can go ride rock and roll.
Yeah, you guys can go ride.
Go get some more water. Or get a treat.
Or get a treat.
I never get any treats. I know I go get treats.
I'm going to leave you with the bag.
Okay,
All right,
let me
so
grab it back.
let's have a poll.
Girls,
We've only got a little bit of time left in our live stream. We weren't going to do this too long in the afternoon because people have other things they wanted to do. We want to keep everybody up for too long.
We were going to head back to the resort and
But we do. We missed the 2 o'clock.
Oh, so cool.
We're so busy talking and hanging out. We forgot the 2 o'clock release on the Rise of Resistance.
I'm not gonna lie, we really didn't expect to get it anyway.
We've had very bad luck with getting on Rise of Resistance.
And
The 3 times we've been here,
a lot of people have been
the 3 times, and it's really harder when you've got three or more people as well trying to get on. So, if you guys want to go ride with us, I think we're going to go ride. Well, let's just go show you. We're going to head right on over there. Who wants to go ride Tower of Terror with us? And then afterwards, we'll head to Toy Story Land, and let's do one last ride in Toy Story Land. Ride Slinky Dog Dash, maybe? I say we do that. So, all right. The guys are going to go ride Tower of Terror, look for mini ears. And we will contact you as soon as we're done.
Give me an extra treat while you're out.
I'll let you pick one out. Okay, so let's go ride the Tower of Terror, guys. Who's a fan of the Twilight Zone? Let's go see what the wait time is. If it's too long, we might go head on back to Slinky Dog. But here's the great thing. I mean, look at those skies, guys. I mean, it is still very blue. We refer to those as Toy Story clouds. Toy Story clouds, wherever you can see. That's a great day for a day in the parks. Lots of times, you may have some rain in the afternoons. Like yesterday, we had a huge thunderstorm come through right about 6 or 7 o'clock. And it may still happen today. I haven't looked at the weather here lately. But, I mean, this is pretty nice weather.
Yeah, helicopters everywhere.
Always helicopters. Look at the helicopters.
That's the same flight trajectory.
Yeah, they want to get videos of us in the parks. They want to see what it's like. They want to see what the crowds are like. You guys have got it good. You're like right here with us. Thank you for hanging out this afternoon, because you're seeing what it's like right here.
Ooh, it's the same wait time for rock and roller coaster as the Tower of Terror.
Does it say 20 minutes?
35.
35. Still not too bad.
It's at the time I was gone.
Long gone. Yeah, it's about right.
Well,
You hear the people screaming?
yep. If it was outside, it was fun.
All right. All right, who wants some trivia? I want to throw some knowledge at you. I want you guys to learn stuff when you watch our live streams. You guys ready? Here's some trivia for you.
This is an entertainment live stream.
Yeah, edutainment. I want you to notice the cast member costumes. We got really great costuming here for this attraction. And the reason I wanted to point that out, and if you did not know this, these guys' costumes are the most expensive costumes to be made here in Israel. How you guys doing today, guys? They are the most expensive and detailed of any of the cast member costumes for attractions. Is that it was possibly just over $1,000 to make a costume, a full-on costume. I don't know if that's true or not. This is where I've read. But if you guys have heard anything different, let me know. But they are pretty detailed in how they're configured. Well, at least the ones with all the cords and everything else on it. So I'm going to show you. This is it says it's 35-minute wait. So we're way back here at the back. Now again, this is all with social distancing. So the question is whether or not it will be 35 minutes or not. A little bit shorter, hopefully so. So I missed your comment earlier. Bespoke Magic Trips, my favorite memory of a ride was taking my boyfriend at Rope Drop to the Tower of Terror. Lying to him by swearing that this is just like Haunted Mansion. Oh, that's vicious. She told him this was just like Haunted Mansion. This is another. Oh, that's a lot. That's some sweet evil right there. That's.
Tower of Terror is my favorite Haunted Mansion clone.
It's a little worse than the Haunted Mansion. I will say this, and a story that kind of goes along with that. The very first time that I ever rode Space Mountain, I was 6 or 7 years old. And my father explained to me that we were going to go to a ride that was in the dark with a bunch of lights. And that's how he described Space Mountain to me, and that's how he got me on Space Mountain, that it was a dark ride with lots of lights. I get to see a lot of lights.
You thought it was going to be a dark ride like Haunted Mansion?
Well, I didn't know anything. All I knew was that it was a ride with lights on it.
They don't sell cars?
I was not exactly happy after that experience. It's funny because as much as I like riding roller coasters now, I didn't really enjoy or start to enjoy roller coasters until I was a teenager. Like probably 14 years old, riding some coasters. I think my first big coasters that I remember was back up in Six Flags over Georgia. So, but before then, I didn't really care for roller coasters. I'm not big on heights. I don't like heights. Matter of fact, I'm scared to death of heights. But you can see rides like this, I love rides like this. I love some of the terrifying rides that require heights, but I don't care for things that exaggerate the fact that you're up high. Like Star Flyers over at Icon Park.
What are we going to do?
Yes, Caleb's decided he's going to go ride Star Flyers over at Icon Park, which I'm going to encourage him to do and I'm going to allow him to do. I don't know if I could gather enough space or courage to ride them as well. I don't like, because of the fact, roller coasters, you're in a car, you're seated in, you've got all the straps in. Like things like Star Flyers where you're just dangling from a chain, or even worse, over at Busch Gardens over in Tampa. Falcon's Fury ride. It's a newer ride. It's a tower drop ride.
Where
they take you to the top of the tower.
They slowly tote you down.
Yeah, your seat goes down and your face like staring straight down to your death. That was not my most favorite ride. I rode it for him. I make the same deal with him as I ask him to make with me, is that he'll ride something at least once to try it out.
Which is why you should ride the Star Flyers.
If you're gonna hold me to that.
Yep.
You guys don't want to see that in a live stream. I promise you.
You'll see it on footage though.
Oh, you'll see me on the 9 o'clock news. Passed out guy won't get out of the seat.
Green rain coming from somewhere.
But yeah, the very first time I got on Space Mountain, I was told that it was a ride in the dark with a bunch of lights, and that's what they told me. So
technically, it's true.
Yeah, I guess it has some truth to it. Sort of like this is like a dark ride like Haunted Mansion. Nah, I think that's a little
Well, it is.
That's a stretch.
It has the Haunted Mansion part in the beginning.
That's true. That's a little bit of a dark, scary ride. He had a really good picture that day of. He didn't talk to me for 2 hours. Was it worth it? I'm sure it was. He didn't talk to you for 2 hours. Oh, that's pretty funny. See, good memories right there. But afterwards, you can laugh about it now, right? I'm sure, hopefully, you know, forgave you and everything's all good now. I had a really hard time getting my kids to ride this ride. Susan doesn't really care for it. She will ride it occasionally. Oftentimes I will guilt trip her into riding it so that she'll have an experience to discuss it with her travel clients. So when, you know, our clients will ask us about certain rides, she can say, well, I've ridden this and this is what it's like. So I'll say, well, you need to ride it every so often just so you know the experience, so you can share it. She'll do it. She did it for our 4-part challenge. We did a 4-part challenge. What was it? Not last summer, but the summer before last. Yeah, it was the summer of 2018. We did a 4-part challenge for the first time with all of us. It's all 5 of us. We didn't try to ride all the rides. We just tried to go to at least a ride. And every single 4 parks. We actually went to 2 parks twice. We went to Magic Kingdom twice, and we went through Epcot twice. So really and truly, we went through 6 times. So Susan didn't want to, but she rode the Tower of Terror with us because we convinced her that it was part of the family challenge and she was willing to do it for the challenge. So I think that was one of the last times she rode it, actually, maybe. So I think she's about due for another turn. Okay, since she's not on here with the live stream, you guys can encourage her that she needs to ride this again next time we start talking about it. You guys can back me up. You can bring it up like, hey, Susan, I don't think you've ridden this ride since you did the family challenge back in 2018 summer. Maybe you should redo it again because, you know, we need you to be up and up on everything for ride. Totally catch her off guard. That would be hilarious. Be ganging up on mom that way. Think that's fair? Oh, everything's fair in live streaming war. All right, so we made our way around to the first little corner here. Did the first parts of the tower. I'm not hearing a lot of screaming today. Wonder why that is.
The ghosts are all silent.
Is it down? Do you think they're cleaning it?
I don't know.
Could be. Oh, never mind. I take that back. I hear screaming. That's a sign. That's always how you can tell whether or not the ride's working. So whether or not people are screaming or not.
Now I should show you all my favorite plants. There we got the hibiscus. There we got
Caleb's going to show you all of his favorite plants.
There, that's the hibiscus. That's the
Low-
hibiscus.
That's the low biscus.
And that's the lobiscus. And somewhere in the fountain, that's the sea biscus.
I can point out my favorite plants.
Wow.
That one.
That one.
And that one. And that one. Right there. There you go. Speaking of, if you haven't seen some of the Jungle Cruise merchandise that's come out lately, it's really kind of cool. The new skipper icons and the designs they've done. We saw some of them at Disney Springs last night. We put that up on YouTube this morning. You guys check it out and see all the stuff. They have some cool shirts. They have shirts, men's cuts, women's cuts, 2 different children's designs. They have a water bottle. They have a pullback toy, which is pretty cool. They also have a backpack that Susan's got her eyes on. It's like a mail bag. It says Jungle Cruise on it. Does it say Jungle Cruise or Jungle Skipper? I think it says Jungle Cruise. But it opens up like a mail bag. But she was all about that bag. So it's really hard to say no when things are like 30% off right now with the annual discount, annual pass holder discount. There we go.
And we're back.
I wish I could figure out how to hydrate my camera like I hydrate us.
Just get a cooling towel.
That's what I should have done. I should have put the cooling towel on the camera. About that, guys, you guys probably heard earlier, if you were watching earlier, I got a new camera to use for live streaming, but because my old camera needs to be replaced. It overheats. My camera overheats in the air conditioning lately. So I've got a new one to set it up with, but it's I'm having some problems. It won't connect wirelessly, so I've got to get that corrected before we can start using that one.
It's a good camera. You can put it on your head.
Yes, well, it does have attachments. We can put it on the head if anyone wants to watch things from, top of my head point of view.
Daddy vision.
So bespoke magic trips. You were talking about the fact he watches all the first point of views before trying a new ride. You've frightened him from now on. Now he's scared to trust you anything unless he's experienced it himself. I'm standing back here just stay in the shade. We've at least to the shade part. We're going to be inside here very soon. Cool off a little bit. So there used to be a lot more randomization with this ride. There's like, you almost could never tell what's going to end up happening on the Tower of Terror. And as of recent, it seems as though that it's not exactly completely randomized. They actually have a set rotations. Yeah, they have algorithms they use now. They're random like it used to be. We're not going to be able to see the pre-show. Like the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, there's not going to be a pre-show. We're going to walk right through that room.
We can use that for our new section, dramatic retelling.
Yeah, well, we can. Kayla wants to reenact the pre-show. We're a few people short. I don't have a Mickey plush to drag around. So I'm going to ask you guys a trivia question. If you're a fan, in what year did the infamous accident happen here inside the tower? If you guys know, let me know in the comments. Look at the walls they put up, kind of take away from the atmosphere. But in what year did the lightning strike happen? If anybody knows, let me know in the comments. Oh, it feels so much better in here. Thank you. So yeah, this is the room that the pre-show normally plays in. They are not closing the doors. They are not allowing groups to come in. So you're walking straight through. So it kind of gives you a false idea of how long the line really is. It's going to get a little dark in here, so. Maybe riding the Tower of Terror with us today will lift your spirits. If you're feeling a little down. Now, the ambience is one thing, the ambiance is something completely different.
And you got the very, very scary red
exit sign. Why'd it have to be red? Oh, here we go. Loading. All right, so we're going to go right or we're going to go straight ahead? Oh, spooky. Now, if you guys can see it, I'm going to show you where Hidden Mickey is. I pretty much show it every time I come through here just because I'm always going to find somebody who maybe not know about it. It's very hard to see. It's very faint, and I'm hoping it shows up in the picture. But it's just barely seen. Oh, we're gonna go straight ahead. Oh, I can't see it. It's so dark, I can't even see it myself today. There it is, right there.
Definitely.
There's a stain there in the shape of a Mickey. Where are we at? Right here? But it's right there at the space where you choose whether or not you're going to go straight ahead or to the left, or to the right, I should say. You turn and look at the wall. It is like boom, right there to the top left of the box. It's like 3/4 of a Mickey. All right, so nobody else has guessed. Nobody else has given a comment as to when it happened. Hopefully I'm not missing comments. But do you remember what year it was?
Pre-show normally gets me going again.
Yeah, you gotta watch the pre-show to remember. I'll give you a clue. All right. It was 60 years before the park opened. Do you remember what year the park opened? What day did the Hollywood Studios open as MGM Studios? All right, MGM Studios opened May 1st, it wasn't 60, it was 50, 1989. 1939. Hopefully I didn't do my math wrong. It was 1939. If I'm wrong, and I may be, hopefully somebody will correct me. You guys are still on with us. It's really dark here in the basement. Oh, that isn't good. 2. Number 1, thank you.
2, row number 2 on the dot.
Woo. Front row seats.
Front row
Your
seats.
demise. Whoa. That's hard to do that evil laughing.
Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to our lovely Tower Hotel. In just a few moments, your elevator will actually take you all to your rooms. Once inside, you guys will climb your seatbelts from left to right and left to right only. If you try the right to left, they will not work. Please hold on to all your personal belongings, including loved ones in your party. You don't want to move.
I'm gonna take my hat off just to be on the safe side.
For your safety once on board, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the elevator at all times. And do take special care to supervise your children. Thank you. Estimados huéspedes, por su seguridad, una vez a bordo, por favor, permanezcan sentados y mantengan sus manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del elevador en todo momento. Y por favor,
There it is.
Alright, row number 6. You guys first, we're going to head up to your top left, row 6. Elevator number 5, top to your right. Row 2, front left. And row number 1, front right. Alright, top row, once you guys are buckled, go ahead and tug on those yellow tabs, guys.
Can you hold this for me?
Awesome, thank you. Front row, go ahead and tug on those yellow tabs. 1 and 2 guys buckle there. Thank you guys. Oh, you guys in the middle, sir.
There it is. Helps not to sit on it, huh? Yeah.
All right, everybody, hands up. Hands up, hands up. Awesome, thank you guys. All right, you guys need anything else? Just scream. And one more thing.
You are the passengers of the most uncommon elevator, the Twilight Zone.
Hey, look, random ghosts. What's like in the window reservation? Suddenly it's brand new.
One stormy night long ago, 5 people stepped through the door of an elevator and had a nightmare. That door is opening once again, and this time.
See, it's just like Haunted Mansion. Breaking of the fence. Hey, wait, that's not us.
You are about to discover what lies beyond the 5th dimension, beyond the deepest, darkest corner of your imagination, in the Tower of Terror.
Got to get into our elevator car, our elevator car. I don't know how that works.
Whoa! That was a long drop. Whoa!
Welcome back to those of you who made it, and a friendly word of warning. Something you won't find in any guidebook. The next time you check into a deserted hotel on the dark side of Hollywood, make sure you know just what kind of vacancy you're filling, or you may find yourself a permanent resident of the Twilight Zone.
Oh my, that first drop was all the way from the top to the bottom. All right, what'd you guys think? Oh, there's somebody live streaming on the pictures. Oh man.
Who live streams a photo?
Oh man, ruined everything. Sanitize. Still a great ride. It's funny. I always know which way the that's weird. Just Nightmare Before Christmas thing in here. So we have new ears we need to look for. Can you, hey, why don't you go ahead and text Mom? They have lots of cool themed apparel and stuff like that for the ride. Like the bag here, the shirts. See if I can find the ears, if they have them. Now, I like the bellhop hat. I actually picked up my my oldest son, who doesn't like to show up on camera. This is his favorite ride in all the parks. And several years ago, a Disneyland item I got a hold of, and it was I don't see any ears either. It was a bellhop hat with Mickey ears on it from Tower of Terror out in California Adventure. Never made it over here. Now this is a new, I posted about this about a week ago. If you guys saw it on our Instagram or our Facebook page, at least it was new to us. It's a Clue game, but it's themed to the Disney villains. It's $44.95 before discounts. But instead of Colonel Mustard, Mr. Green, you have Disney villains and the items that they are dealing with. So in the end, you choose which villain has which enchanted item in which layer. So if you're big into Disney villains, that's a really cool board game, you know, for a Halloween gift or a Christmas gift coming up. Be kind of cool. So I don't see, yeah, I don't either. That's sad. Maybe they had a pair out somewhere, but I don't see it. Probably did sell out. Those ears go quickly. You can check in, but you can't check out. It's a cool mini shirt. Hopefully your kid's old enough, tall enough to ride the ride when they're wearing shirts like this. I feel bad. Like we had a couple of young princesses who were not tall enough to ride as we got in. You guys were a part of that, so. So I'm assuming the new ears are sold out, aren't they? I would be surprised if they were still here. So we'll have to, that's just an excuse to come back and check again later, right? So. Oh, they sold out just today? Earlier today? Oh, wow. So that's what happens when you go to Runaway Railway first as opposed to coming here, see? There are consequences to your actions. Thank you very much. You guys have a good afternoon. So she said they actually had some earlier today. They got about 3 hours ago. So probably about the same time we about started our live stream, they had just sold out for whatever they had for today. I'll have to get a hold of some pictures. I try to not post things on our social media until I can actually touch them and check them out for myself. And it makes it a lot more difficult nowadays when you just don't have access to all the parks all the time. So I appreciate you guys being patient with us because, you know, there's lots of times we were on top of all kinds of merchandise, but, you know, it's not like we have an entire team. So we have to do all kinds of things we can do just to kind of spread it out. What's the wait time now?
30.
Okay, that's weird. It was 35 and we were inside and it's 30 and they're outside. Maybe running faster now? All right. Rock and Roller Coaster. They got some cool new gear from Rock and Roller Coaster. We saw some new pins, open edition pins last night over at the Pin Traders. You can probably see them at the exit of Rock and Roller Coaster as well. If you guys are Rock and Roller Coaster fans, make sure you look for those when you come out. Uh-oh, somebody dropped their, oh, this is for their stroller. I will gladly recycle this for them. Remember, these parks are our parks, so we keep them clean. All right, so do we know where they're at?
They're hanging out at the tables beside Starbucks.
Beside Starbucks?
You probably know
behind it. So thanks for riding Tower of Terror with us. It actually would say it was pretty close to being what the wait time was as posted, which is 35, which is why I feel kind of an outside now when it's this. It was fun to just drop in this afternoon. I tell you what, this is one of the parks where when it gets really nasty and stormy and lightning and all that, this is like the perfect time to take pictures of the tower.
It's also when all the rides.
Yeah, the rides may close, but it makes for some great photo opportunities when you get the lightning and striking and the dark clouds behind there. Happy clouds behind the tower still make for a nice picture, but not quite the same.
Not that atmosphere.
All right, we're gonna meet back up with the ladies. We're gonna head on over to Toy Story Land. Try to do one more attraction with you guys today before we sign off for today's live stream. Again, I thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and spending some time as we spend time in the parks. This is a great opportunity for you guys to see firsthand what's going on, what the real situation is wait times, for crowd levels, and every once in a while when we can find new merchandise. It's always great to be able to have you guys along with us when you do it. Were you riding along with us?
No, because my phone overheated. But
Your-
that's okay because I have Starbucks.
Your phone overheated too, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so what's your Starbucks treat for this afternoon?
It is a guava passion fruit. It's got coconut milk instead of like cream or almond milk. It's very refreshing. And Liberty has a custom.
A custom gone.
It's a chocolate chip frappuccino with strawberry sauce.
So it's no, actually it's a strawberry cream frappuccino.
It's a strawberry.
With chocolate chips in it.
Chocolate chips and chocolate sauce. Yes.
Oh.
And she said she wanted chocolate and strawberry.
So I don't know if everyone just got scared going up and down on Tower of Terror because we haven't had any comments. So whether or not my phone got scared.
Let me check. My screen is dimmed out. I knew it was about to freeze up.
I told everybody we would take one trip over to Toy Story Land, have a little fun playing in Manny's backyard before we sign off today. You guys want to ride Alien Swirling Saucers?
Yes.
Or a Slinky Dog Dash?
I see a comment 1 minute ago from Steve Watkins. Thank
Yeah.
you for allowing us to tag along with y'all.
I'm gone again.
You ever keep it gone?
Could be.
Yeah, it looks like it. Here, give me your phone. I'll turn mine off really fast.
I don't know if that's going to fix anything as far as that's concerned, though. Am I black? I am black. All right, hang on a second, guys. If you're still there, I'm going to give me a second. Am I still black?
Here, give me my phone. Sometimes mine will get stuck and I can.
Let me know in the comments if you guys can hear me, if you guys can see me. Again, I'm getting ready to chunk this camera for a brand new one that we just purchased, but this one is obviously not working anymore. All right, are we back on? There we go. Did my camera get scared? I think my camera got scared on the ride.
19 people on with us. Thanks for
All right, thanks for hanging on for a second, guys. We got reconnected.
I don't think it's even.
Hey, Cameron. Hey, Bubble Popper. Steve, it's good to see you, buddy.
It is not even his. Bubba Papa wants to be a moderator.
I hope. I think I may have missed. Carrie says Tom Does Disney was in the line behind us.
Oh,
I have to look for him, see if he comes through.
yeah. I always like to say hi to Tom.
We met Tom for the first time in real person, real life, back at Universal, back in June when they first opened back up. It was just kind of funny because, like, I've never seen you in Universal, Tom. So it's kind of cool to catch up with him. I didn't know he was here today. He may have already gone through, but if he's still behind us, we'll see. But yeah, it was a good ride. It was that first drop was a good drop. It went all the way from the top all the way down to the bottom.
We want to walk and we're going to hang and not do this for a minute.
If you want to finish it up for a few minutes here. So.
Hey, can you
Drink it.
actually fill the
So we're gonna go and take you guys over to Toy Story Land and hang out there for a bit.
It only works for a drink up to the size of the you guys would be familiar with. So if you see, I do not have regular lids. I have one of those cool lids that they use for cold coffee. And if I get a cold drink of any kind that's not like a coffee straw, I ask them to give me cold lid. And then I don't have to deal with the paper straw at all. I just sip it from the top. And it's kind of nice. I like it that way. No soggy straws. It's still pretty spill proof. It uses just as much plastic as the other straw or the other type of lid. That also then allows me to freedom to not have to have paper in my mouth. That's my tip for the day. Yeah, Celebrity has gone through 3 straws.
Yeah, we're not big fans of the paper straws.
I understand the reasoning behind it, kind of, but
Well, agave straws are much better. Did you send him to go get some water?
I did.
Okay.
You want to move one?
Well, I was gonna walk back in and kind of show what's going on here in the streets. Again, lots of times in the afternoons, the crowds get down and go down just ever so slightly, and not nearly as crowded here and there. We'll have to go back and check out the wait times as well here in a second, but hopefully it will have gone down a little bit as we go into Toy Story Land. We want to ride at least Slinky Dog Dash, if not Slinky Dog Dash and Alien Swirling Saucers. If you guys wanted to pop in and ride along with us. I love lining up and getting this and seeing everything as far as the Tower of Terror Hotel. Now, one of the questions I think is coming up, now we talked about it earlier, that normally this week would have been the week that the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween parties would have started here this coming weekend. Of course, they've been canceled. We're not going to have a Halloween season as far as those particular parties are concerned. The question is whether or not we're going to have Mickey's Very Merry Christmas parties. That's still up in the air. We haven't heard word from Disney whether or not they're going to happen just as of yet. The other thing is, though, is that one of the best things that I enjoy here at Hollywood Studios here at Christmas time, the way that they really design and set up the entire Sunset Boulevard. They have snow. They have characters, shorts that are being shown on screens off to the side. And they project really great shorts up on the Tower of Terror. I have a feeling that more than likely that kind of stuff will probably still happen in some form or fashion But that's something that's still yet to be determined. We're still waiting for word to see what's going to happen with the Christmas season. We kind of really have just gotten into the idea of Halloween. Now, I'm hoping that maybe sometime in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to find out and see maybe some Halloween decorations coming up, at least for the Magic Kingdom. That's one thing I enjoy about the Halloween parties. It also means that the Halloween decorations are coming to the parks. So we're going to be keeping our ears out and listening to see what's going to end up happening. And hopefully we'll have some pumpkins start showing up here soon. So all right, we'll catch, just like Caleb got back with the water, so we're gonna head, see if we can grab everybody and head on back over to Toy Story Land. Let's go play in Andy's backyard. All right, you guys ready? Let's go see what the toys are up to. Steve said he would ask them to let him off on the 8th floor. Not the 13th floor? The 13th floor is very popular. So, by the way, while I was out there, I got some sort of a notification from Disney about our room. Yep. So, looks like our room is ready. We're really excited about coming over and okay. We're excited about this afternoon about checking into the Bay Lake Towers. We're going to share some pictures and some video from those rooms and that information with you guys as well. And being able to kind of chill out and relax there at the resort later on today. That's okay. Last time we saw him was over at Magic Kingdom just a week ago. It does make for a pretty scene, doesn't it?
Looking many waves on the little sign are off sync.
They're cute. You're not aware of the fact they do have some things here called relaxation stations. One of the relaxation stations is actually going to be directly in front of us as we turn this corner here. Right through these arches, the Star Wars launch bay here toward the back end of this area is one of the relaxation stations. They do not have any activities. They don't have anything actually going on in that area. It is so we'll maybe as we leave Toy Story Land, we'll take a quick jaunt through Galaxy's Edge and maybe we'll see the other relaxation station.
It is small.
It is a small one. It's basically a few tables outside of the market there. It looks like the line for Minnie and Minnie's Runaway Railway is shorter than it was when we got in it, ever so slightly.
There's no sun because it makes people wait in it.
Does it have a time on the sign there? Can anyone read out? 45 minutes now. Okay. So normally here at Walt Disney Presents, they usually have some sort of a movie preview in One Man's Dream Theater, the Walt Disney Theater. They'll show you an upcoming movie, but man, they can't. Movie theaters can't catch a break right now. Even Mulan is going. It feels wonderful. It feels great. But yeah, I think Disney Plus is going to be receiving Mulan September 4th for an upgraded cost of $30. So instead of spending $15 a person to go see it in the theater, for family of 5, you can watch it for $30. Great deal. Other people are like, I'll wait. I don't know. What's your feeling on the live action Mulan? We loved live action Beauty and the Beast.
I'm not sure. See, one of the things I like about Beauty and the Beast was the music, and I just get the feeling there's not music in the live action.
You don't think in the middle of the battle they're gonna, break in the song?
I don't think so.
I think that just out of nowhere.
I don't think anyone's going to be singing "I'll Make a Man Out of You."
Oh,
So bad.
I think a singing dragon would just show up out of nowhere.
I don't think so.
No?
I
Yeah.
don't think so.
So I think we're not as excited. Here's something. Now, coming from a family perspective, this will be the first live action remake of a Disney princess movie that is PG-13.
Yeah. Because it's not cartoon right.
And again.
You're my favorite deputies.
Am I on?
We have no Wi-Fi here, so if you're running on Wi-Fi,
All right, so
Chelsea is here for you, Rex. Hang in there.
are we on still?
How is it the wide open area?
I need some help, and I'm getting the feeling everyone is stringing me along.
Hang on, Rex. Chelsea is here for you. He's always supporting
Hey, howdy, howdy. I'm Sheriff Woody. Come on in. I can't wait for the rest of the toys to meet you.
All right, so right now, this green wall just beyond Woody, if you guys haven't seen this, this is going to be the area opening for the new barbecue restaurant. You can see the concept drawings here. It's going to be the Roundup Rodeo Barbecue. Yep, you and your friends can come have a barbecue lunch or dinner with Woody and friends. And they say don't play with your food, but it's got to be something that they're going to allow here. But right now, we're just, we haven't heard word about when it's going to open up fully. I think originally it was supposed to be end of 2020, but I don't think that's still happening. So we're going to have to wait and see when we get word of when the restaurant will open. Of course, when it does, we'll be grabbing reservations and trying to share that experience with you guys as well. At Woody's Roundup Rodeo Barbecue.
Hang on, Rex. I got you, partner.
Here comes Slink. All right, screen capture time. All right. All right, so we got the end of the ride here. Let's see what our wait time is. 40 minutes is not too bad. How are you doing today? All right, Taylor's gonna make sure we get taken care of because in 40 minutes we're gonna be on this guy right here. All right. It seems kind of long for what?
Seems kind of long for one quick last ride. The kids are officially spoiled.
Yeah, these are kids who are used to fast passes and never having to wait for rides. Now it is had to we've had to make some adjustments. No longer having fast passes, but we've gotten on this ride a lot faster. Just when the parks first reopened, they were really quick for the most part.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier today, the wait times that we're seeing here, even the shortest wait times that are less than, you know, perhaps what it's posted are still longer than what we have seen in the other ones.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
and that's always been the case. The wait times have always been a little longer here than they have been at the other three parks. There's not as many things to do here.
yeah, there's a lot fewer attractions for the most part. I think when you count them all, I mean, let's do a quick count. Let's see: Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Star Tours, Rise of the Resistance, Smuggler's Run, Alien Swirling Saucers, Slinky Dog, Toy Story. Let's see, Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster. I'm counting 9. Is that right? And then when you add, you know, a couple of shows. So I love that you can get this close to Slinky as you're waiting in line. I mean, the dog is obviously having a good time. Steve wants to know, is Dr. Porkchop given approval of the barbecue restaurant?
No comment has been made.
I don't know. I think Dr. Porkchop says it's okay as long as it's chicken. Chicken and brisket. I think, well, he's running a lot. He's running really quickly today, though. They're keeping things going. He's not stopped. So that's good. Now, we've talked about blue skies. I do see a little dark clouds here on the horizon. So I don't know if we're going to have a little bit of rain later on today. It's not like right there on us, but we may get like normal, a little bit of afternoon clouds. We don't want too much though, because that means if there's lightning or thunder, then there was no pool time. Oh, okay. So how about if it rains, I get to wear your raincoat?
It's too small.
Hey, what are you saying? I'm not big.
Yes, I'm just really small.
You're just really small. Oh, okay. In perspective. He is really running efficiently today. That's a good sign, even though we're this far back on the ride.
Probably not even stopping recording.
Hey, just barely people, just people have to jump in. Hope for the best.
We've got 2 seconds to get in the ride or else we're not riding.
So, I still remember, was it, when the first day Toy Story Land opened up, I was here. We had already ridden the night before because they did a soft opening Friday night, and I was here Saturday morning on the grand opening. But that Friday night before, we brought the kids. We got to ride the night before, so it wasn't as crucial to ride rides that morning. It was so crowded in here that you couldn't see the floor, you couldn't see the concrete. So it wasn't until like later on in the day, it was like 11 or 12 o'clock that day after I'd been in for a while, that I was actually able to see that on the ground they actually have large sneaker footprints. You can see the remnants of a sneaker print, like there's one right here. That's the bottom of Andy's shoe. And it's cool because, you know, to see it, but I couldn't see it at all until like 2 or 3 hours into the day, because there were so many people in here that you could, oh, there's another one right here. See it? I couldn't even see the ground. And the only reason that's funny now is like, I'm like, can you imagine just our attitudes overall nowadays with when it comes to crowds and what it was like before? You know, because before we would say it was crowded, but we wouldn't think anything of it. That's just kind of how the parks were. But I wonder how it can ever, how long it's going to be before it's going to be an accepted possibility of having that many people around each other again. That once again, you can't see Andy's footprint. Because he walks all the way over to build Slinky's track over here. Man, he is just going one after another. That is awesome. So that's out big time. Anybody want to play jacks? There's the ball over there. All right, here comes Slink. It's funny, we haven't done a lot of live streams on YouTube. We've done quite a bit of live videos on Facebook. The very first time that I rode Slinky Dog, the very first time, I thought I'm gonna do a Facebook Live. And so I held the camera the entire time, and I was shocked when I saw the video afterwards because wow, that turned out pretty well. They're like, you held that? I'm like, yeah. The thing was, I think the phone. I had no idea whether or not I was going to drop my phone on this ride because never having ridden it, I didn't know what it was going to be like. And I had a 50-50 chance I was going to drop it.
Drink on my drink.
What's going on the other side? All right, so now that we get up to the front, it says 35 minutes. But there's some good shade here when we get up to the queues because they've added some things. Some of the stuff that's up here that's going to provide shade was not here when the ride originally opened. All of these things up here that are up there now were not there before. Hello, Kristen. How are you today?
Doing well, how are you?
I'm doing great. We're going to show everybody Spot's dog tag. There's Buster's tag. That's Buster's dog tag used as the wait time. That's how efficient Andy is. He uses a dog tag to show wait times. Yeah, these you can see up here. These coverings were not here, and it was warm. Now, on the queue here, they've actually asked people not to get near the center, which is funny because, in other rides, they just put a wall up. Here, they just put up markers on the ground asking you not to get near those railings. Same thing on this one over here. If you just stay out of the hashed marks area, then no one's standing next to each other. Of course, that's still, unlike walls, it's very much a voluntary thing. It may not always be noticeable.
Our awesome agent friend Morgan just texted me. She's walking
Well, hi, Morgan.
Hi, Morgan.
I'm hoping you guys' comments are coming through. I really am looking forward to being able to fix our Wi-Fi issues on our other camera that we've just purchased so that we can make sure we're not missing any comments. Anything on there? Now you can also download Disney Play app and play games while you're writing in lines. We've done that a couple of times as well.
For your safety, please keep your face covering on at all times. Please keep your party together, abide by the queue markings, and maintain physical distancing between your party and others. Remember to wash your hands frequently throughout your visit, or use the sanitizer dispensing units provided. Thank you.
So I'll give you guys a story back here on Slinky Dog. Slinky Dog is part of, Andy's toys, set of toys. Andy decided to have some fun with Slinky, and he bought and used a Dash and Dodge Mega Coaster kit, an additional kit. You can see he's got the box open right here. And inside that kit, it had all the pieces to make your own roller coaster. And so he just set this thing up in his backyard. Here's a piece right here that he used from the set. So Andy used the Dash and Dodge Mega Coaster kit to build the thing, and then he just set Slinky on it with power booster. I don't think I was ever this advanced in my play when I was Andy's age. Andy does some pretty cool things with his toys. I don't know if I ever did anything as advanced as this with my G.I. Joes growing up. I just basically would put my G.I. Joes in their large airplane and crash it into the ground, and then have, attacks by Cobra Commander and team, and I never built like an entire set like this.
When I was little, I would make zoos. I gather up all my stuffed animals, make little balls, make zoos, and then I'd have all of the stuffed animals lead an escape mission.
Yeah.
Against me,
You just get all your plastic animals together and make exhibits, right? You'd make your own animal kingdom.
I still do that.
Remember to wash your hands frequently throughout your visit or use the dispensing units provided throughout the property. Sanitizer is available at the entrance of the attraction and as you board and exit the right vehicles. Thank you. We hope you enjoy dashing around Andy's backyard.
Now, I'm surprised the drink refill machines are turned off, but the water fountains are on. That's just odd. All right, so where are we at? We're stopping here. All right, so here are the instructions. Here are the instructions for the Dash and Dodge Mega Coaster Kit. It has a whopping 425 pieces in the kit. Okay. There's the what? He's a short dog and a long dog. Hey, springy tail.
Animated by the famous Slinky Spring.
All right, we've got all kinds of interesting designs here. Baseballs, dog bones, fire hydrants. I wonder what Nova would do on Slinky Dog Dash. Our dog Nova, our 130 pound pony puppy. She might like this ride. But- oh look, here are other famous Slinky toys, guys. If you like Slinky Dog, you might like Slinky. The original stair walking swing toy. Fun for the family from 6 to 60.
After you're 61, you can't play with those anymore. Otherwise,
Slinky Frog. Hops like a live frog. Not as much fun as Slinky Dog. Slinky Train. It's a lot of trains.
Where that on spacing comes into play.
What's that?
So we're here,
Yeah.
but they're closer together, so there's literally not another stop until like way over there. Because
It's odd a little bit.
it's just because they have to.
So you have to watch for the floor and do it just right. Next one's open, move to the next one. More of the temporary walls. Now, I'll show you guys, these are considered to be temporary installations. We're hoping that as time goes on and things get better, that there may be a time here in the future where they can just take the walls back down. All right. It's a good sized fan. So I want to show you guys some things on the instructions here. Nothing is by accident when it comes to Disney. Item number DDMDK 3556. I might be wrong, but DD sounds a lot like Donald Duck. MCK sounds a lot like Mickey. This is how Andy, well, he colored it. He manufactured his own set. What's that? We are moving right along. Everybody join in, moving right along. We're fun and fancy free.
I don't know what.
Do you even know what's date? Can you name the movie? It was the original Muppets. That was the original Muppets movie. Moving right along. So we have to train our kids into knowing all things Disney references. It's important, right? It's torture. Anyone who wants to adopt her so that she doesn't have to go to the parks and get Disney merchandise and ride rides all the time, just email us. Yeah, if you want a kid we can trade who would like to go to the parks and have fun, we'll make an even trade. But just think, you want to have to go and hang out and rides all the time. You could go to places like McDonald's and stuff like that on a more regular basis. Look how much fun it would be.
I meant save me from my dad singing, not save me
Oh.
from my family.
So she just wants to be saved from me. I got it. Now, my favorite part of this ride, other than the ride itself, the queue I should say, is right on the loading dock when we get up here, is when you have Slinky giving you instructions in Spanish. Bienvenidos! Cracks me up every time.
Are you sure it's Slinky?
Bienvenidos!
Southern accent, Spanish.
Now, my second favorite part of this queue is on the other side of this line here, and I'll show you guys when we get there. Now, these are all the stickers from the coaster kit. And of course, Andy decided to color them up as well. So we got some leftover tic-tac-toe boxes he made for a roof. Those are leftover stickers from the coaster kit.
Who won?
Who won the tic-tac-toe? I don't know. Is there enough to see?
Maybe a draw.
All right, so that's an O, that's an O, that's an X, that's an X.
It looks like it was a draw.
Yeah, could be.
Please keep your party together. Abide by the queue markings and maintain physical distance.
It's possible to go through these rides and just go to ride them and not notice all the little details that Disney sticks inside of them. But when you write them off and you like to go back and kind of learn things and check for things, I bet anything there's something in that UPC code.
Hey, toys, welcome to Slinky Dog Dash. For your safety, please keep your party together. Abide by the ground markings of the
Hey, who knows what happened on October 11th, 1997?
And please keep your face covered on properly over your nose and mouth at all times.
You know what happened October 11th, 1997? The UPC code has 6 digits on it, 101197.
Thank you, and we hope you enjoy dashing around Andy's backyard.
All right, somebody do me a favor. Somebody do me a Google search real quick. I haven't gotten a comment in like 30 minutes. I don't even know if I've got anything live, but I'm curious to see, when did Toy Story come out? When was Toy Story released? There we go. Again, my antiquated piece of equipment, which will be gone after this week, was not allowing me to see comments again.
Did you guys talk about how Slinky Dog was written over?
No,
Over?
the Slinky Dog. See, it used to be called the Dash and Dodge coaster. He just changed it to Slinky Dog Dash.
Yeah, but you see
wrapped
him
around
drawn.
wrapped around the park.
Yeah.
All right, so something happened on October 11th, 1997. But this is my favorite of all things. This is my second favorite in the entire queue right here. All right, ready? Squeaky Penguin, bath toy. Not for use in water. It's a bath toy, but don't use it in water. We gone again?
Bienvenidos a Slinky Dog Dash. Por favor, permanezcan sentados con las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del vehículo y vigilen a sus pequeños. Welcome to Slinky Dog Dash. I'm Slinky Dog. Now, for your safety, remember to stay seated with all your parts and pieces.
Remember all your parts and pieces.
Oh, inside the vehicle.
Bienvenidos.
Keep an eye on your little toy. Bienvenidos a Slinky Dog Dash. Por favor, permanezcan sentados con las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro
Now, I will tell you this. As we leave the station, I'm going to see if I can get it on screen. I might not be able to. But as the train leaves the station, there's a box right here that has a UPC code on it as well. That has a specific date on it. That's very important. I'm still going to look to see what happened on October 11th, 1997.
Welcome to Slinky Dog Day. I'm Slinky Dog. Now, for your safety, remember to stay seated with all your private cases.
This is another attraction I highly recommend you take your hat off on. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. We're here at Hollywood Studios about to ride Slinky Dog Dash. Make sure you buckle in, off your hat and any loose articles and put them away safely. Yes, Carrie, do a search. See what happened on October 11th, 97. I don't know, buddy. That would be cool if so. Hey, this Livestream, how are you doing this afternoon? You're going to ride Slinky Dog with us? Row 1 and 2. All right, row 1. Looks like we're going to get right behind the dog's head.
Get the best view.
Yep. All right, here we go. This is what I was looking for. You see the price tag right there? There's your 1995. That price tag, that clearance price tag on that box right there has the date that Toy Story came out. All right, here we go, guys. I'm going to try not to trip into this one.
Like I said, like Dad said, they got an knack for getting the front row.
Yes, he does have an knack for getting in the front row. Most certainly. All right, somebody says I should. Here we go, guys. There's the price tag. Do a screen grab. $1122.95. All right, Slinky. Let's go. Back it up, get that spring action.
That fire about a good though.
Here we go.
Woohoo! Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Everybody smile for the picture. Woohoo!
Now you can put on your angry face.
All right, big finale.
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got troubles, and I got them too. There is anything I wouldn't do for you. Mr. Cat.
Golly gee, that was so much fun.
Woo!
Please stay seated with
That was awesome. Thanks for riding, guys.
Step out to your right. So long, pal.
So long, pals. All right. That's coming out. Good. All right. Woo. It's Mr. Pricklepants, song for singing. All right. Make sure we sanitize. Anybody want some leftover sanitizer? Okay. There he goes. All right, we'll catch Slinky as it comes back around. I mean, look at that. That's an awesome ride, guys. Woo! That is a great family coaster. Now, when Slinky Dog first came out, we were beginning to wonder whether or not this was going to be entertaining or not for the adults. I think it's funny when you look back on that and you wonder about it. You hear the Slinky, the spring.
Here we go.
Woo! Great ride. All right. Woo. All right, so the line is about as long as it was when we got in it. It was listed at around 40 minutes. I think we got on a little bit shorter than that. So it wasn't too bad. Luckily, there was lots of fans and coverings when you got, farther into the queue. But overall, great ride. Again, appreciate you guys hanging out with us, riding with us a couple times today. Alien swirling saucers. Now, if you've never been in Toy Story Land during Christmas time, they actually changed the music on the attraction to be remixes of holiday favorites. And I'm hoping it returns again this season, sometime mid-November. It's not exactly a full overlay, but it's still nice enough to have a change to recognize the season change. And if anyone was interested, it's a 20-minute wait right now for swirling saucers. How are you guys doing today? Nice shade, love it. All right, so we're gonna wrap up our live stream here as we walk into Galaxy's Edge. I don't wanna go to Hollywood Studios, or at least showing you a little bit of this area of the park. Then we're gonna sign off for this afternoon. We're gonna have more stuff on our Instagram and Facebook page later on today. Of course, tomorrow, if you want to join us, we're going to be doing live streams for the Magic Kingdom as well. So, actually, we've got to get a picture here, guys. This is a very interesting spot. This is a brand new magic shot that just appeared about a week and a half ago, and I believe this is the place where you can get a picture with the child. So, shall we get our picture? Good afternoon. We were wondering. We've heard rumors that there may be spectral pictures that we may be able to find in this area and location. Is this a good space to do so? Awesome.
All right, what do we need to do?
How about we let you take a picture with you guys first? You want to do it?
I'll hold this while you do it.
Can you keep it in there? Thank you. To the spires. All right, so that is the spot we knew that we needed to look for. If you're coming in and you're getting some PhotoPass pictures made, that is a spot you want to find. I'll post those pictures as we get them into my Disney experience so you guys can see them. But one of those should contain a very popular figure that first appeared back when The Mandalorian showed up last November and December on Disney Plus. So I'm glad we didn't miss that. So that was a good thing for us to do. Let's take everybody around to the Millennium Falcon, and we'll end up over at the relaxation station, and we'll let everybody head on to their own Disney moments this afternoon. All right, so you guys, when it comes to your milk, do you like the blue milk? Or do you like the green milk?
Blue is best.
Or do you like them combined?
Blue.
I like my Bantha milk to be a little on the adult side. It actually tastes a little better to me. This life of ours, when do you think they're going to decorate for Halloween? I fully anticipate. You guys want to do a 360 shot? Here, I'll hold the bag. You guys can take a cool picture. I'll stand over here and let them take another Disney PhotoPass shot. I anticipate normally I would have expected pumpkins to have appeared in Magic Kingdom by this coming Friday. But because of the fact that it's not as necessary to be ready so early, my gut feeling is that probably will be sometime around Labor Day or soon after. So I would think sometime around the first or second week of September. But of course, as soon as I hear word that there's a pumpkin appearing anywhere, we're gonna fight like we can to get in there and show you guys and share it with you. Now, this particular Disney PhotoPass shot, that is a camera in the center. That is a 360-degree camera. If you look at the bottom there, they do have a shape that's kind of laid out. The picture is going to be taken from above. It's a pretty cool looking shot. I'll see about sharing that with you guys as well. They just asked that no one be inside the circle except the people who want to be in the shot. Sometimes it's a lot harder. When we've come here before the pandemic, it was really hard to get in this area. There just wasn't this much space around like there is right now. We had to actually ask, the cameraman would actually have to ask people to step outside the circle to allow for the shot to be made. But it's a pretty simple and easy setup for the most part. Now, there are no troopers that we've seen outside moving around amongst the visitors here on Batuu. But it's not uncommon for the troopers to show up in balcony spaces up and around, like up there.
We were told we should leave soon.
So
we're not obvious supporters of the First Order.
Oh, if you're not supporters, we need to be.
Answer quickly enough.
All right, well, let's head on this direction to the Falcon. This is where you go to get your milk, whether you get the blue milk or the green milk.
You can mobile order that.
You can mobile order it. It doesn't seem to be too busy right now. Looks like we've had a few blaster shots here up on the wall. And this is Oga's Cantina. It's coming up here on the right. It's still sort of a stand outside and wait for a turn, especially since it's even more limited as how many people can go inside at the moment. But the Cantina is a great place to grab yourself a drink. Good afternoon at Oga's. Oh, we just had a ship fly over. But the food limitation, the food is limited a little bit. There's a few things to snack on. Not a full menu. It is not a restaurant. It's more of a sit place to snacks and drinks. It's a bar. It's a cantina.
It's Cantina. They there for the drinks. They are have a few snacks, but really they are for the drinks.
What's our current standby wait on Smuggler's Run?
25 minutes.
Wow, that's pretty short. All right. Steve's gonna have the green milk. I don't know about.
I like the blue.
I don't know if I like the green milk. It's not the flavor. It's just how can you tell when it's gone bad?
I like the flavor of blue.
At least blue milk, you know when it's gone sour.
Blue cheese.
Blue cheese. Now, this is another location for a really cool photo pass shot. There's a camera that's located on the very far side edge. They will do a zoom out, zoom in picture. So make sure if you see a data processor, AKA photographer out here when you're in, get yourself a shot there. It's a really cool shot. Here is Ronto's Roasters. Another quick service location. You can get a Ronto wrap, a couple of specialty beverages. All the meat is prepared by pod racers. It really heats the meat overall. Dude, there's Tom over there. Hey, Tom! Dude, how are you guys doing? This is Tom Does Disney, everybody. I don't need to introduce you. They know who you are. Everybody knows Tom. How's it going today, man? So somebody gave me a message earlier. You were over on Tower of Terror. So you were like right behind us. So, but that's probably the longest wait we've had today for the most part. But still, not too bad at all. Oh yeah, not bad at all. So we're just kind of wrapping it up. We've been on, let's see, Minnie and Minnie's Runaway Railway. We did Tower of Terror. We did the new show. The Beauty and the Beast. I love live music like that. It was great. And then, of course, we did Slinky Dog. So we're about to wrap it up. We're, 4 hours, and these guys are tired of us, right? So it's a lot of heat. So good to see you, Tom. And if you guys aren't already following, Tom Does Disney, guys. He does really great live streams. And we're going to get more in Universal, too. We got to get that guy over across the other side. Now, one thing I've noticed a lot more today that I've not seen before is we have a lot of flyovers today. Do you guys notice that? There have been like 4 or 5 ships fly over today that I've not noticed that before in the past. Or at least not as well. So, you hear them?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Now, we're up here by the marketplace. Last time we were by the marketplace, it is not just a walk-in scenario. At least it wasn't last time we were here. They do have cast members who are giving count to make sure that the crowds are left to a certain level. I don't know if we're going to be able to get in. We'll see. Good afternoon. If we can get in, we'll look. I want to see about one particular thing, and then we'll wrap up Marketplace. All right, so back over into the creature area here at the Marketplace. Now our future zoologist here has several creatures that she likes in here. This is probably one of her most favorites right there. The loth cat. And then we got a child. Look at the screen, guys. Look at that. That's pretty cool. All right, we're gonna jump out so we can let somebody else do some shopping. Sorry about that. Another loth cat in there sleeping. So, where did they go? I think they go in line and maybe get something to drink or something to eat. You see the toy and the entertainment area here. Plenty of these guys. I guess the official terminology would be children at this point. Nice to have an official child here in the area. What? More of the child plush over here. Is it $22.99? Oh man, no, they're closed. No popcorn, no drinks.
Please wear a face covering at all times, except when actively eating or drinking while stationary.
So right now,
Wash your hands often and thoroughly. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing, and maintain physical distancing. Thank you for your cooperation.
so not only they're limiting guests into the marketplace themselves, but each individual store has a limit. We were in the creature shop over there, and they weren't letting anyone in other than Liberty and myself. So it's kind of barely limited as far as how many people can go in each shop, which for me, it makes me feel kind of guilty doing, just window shopping. If I'm keeping somebody, yeah. All right, well, let's head on over to the relaxation station and we'll sign off.
Do we have to exit out?
I think we do. I believe so. The other side of Ronto Roasters. So we're going to show you one last thing here, just on the other side of the marketplace here at Galaxy's Edge. Show you where the relaxation station is. I love that you guys spend the time with things are located at. So if you got people that are coming, especially even if it's not you, it's just somebody that you know, you can tell them where these places are at so that they won't have to look so hard and spend less time looking for them. This is the second relaxation station here in the parks. And there are several tables just outside of the marketplace here. We can go inside the relaxation station, and you can see there are certain dots on the ground. Tables you can relax at, take a break at, but it is not nearly as nice a setup as some of the other ones as far as, just capabilities, keeping it out of the shade and the light. Yep, you do have to stay at a circle or a table. This one's completely in the sun. So not exactly the best of things, but there is an umbrella here. So, but it's just outside of the marketplace on this way. So. Don't use another one. Can you check to see if we've got any other ones? Because I've got frozen up again. Make sure we answer all of our questions before we sign off.
The last one I see is Steve Watson saying, grab yourself a Bantha burger.
Awesome, okay. All right, well guys, thank you so much for spending your afternoon here with us at Hollywood Studios. It has been, it's been a warm afternoon. It's been kind of hot.
Yes.
But, we stopped to get some water, and that makes a big difference. Use the relaxation station while you can, so that, you can take a break. Matter of fact, we're in the relaxation station right now. We're in one spot, so we're going to take our mask off for just a second. It's warm. It's warm.
Fresh air on my face.
Bantu breathing. So we're going to go ahead and sign off for this afternoon. We're going to probably go inside and chill for just a second, making sure everyone's temperature comes down. Don't push yourself, especially on days like this where you have a lot more time and less stress as far as getting to and from everything.
Go back to your resort, take a break, spend some time in the pool, come back.
Yep, and just don't overdo it, and that can ruin your day big time.
Yes.
So,
Easy, you've got plenty of time.
Well, appreciate you guys again spending the afternoon with us here in Hollywood Studios. It means a lot to us that you support us here at Ear to Ear Magic. The only thing that we ask that if you've got friends or family who enjoy coming to the parks and doing things at Disney, let them know about us at Ear to Ear Magic. Share the link. Tell them to join us at our next stream. Matter of fact, we're going to be at the Magic Kingdom tomorrow, streaming a little bit for you as well. I think we're going to try to see what we can do as far as some snacks and treats and stuff for me tomorrow at the Magic Kingdom tomorrow. See what we've got. So check back with us. I'll push the link up for us on Instagram and Facebook. If you don't follow us over on those platforms, please do so. All that information's in the captions. And here's the thing, if you guys just feel really inclined that you want to send us some magic mail to say hello or just to show us what you're doing, where you're at on your type of the world or on your planet if you're not here on Batu, our magic mail email, our address is down in the captions as well. You can send us a letter or a package. We'll be glad to take that and share it with everybody on the channel as well, or on Instagram or Facebook.
Absolutely.
We love to do that as well. We learn and about so much more about the people that are in our Disney community. And if you've been watching today and you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, do so. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you get notifications the next time we do something like this. Even before we share it anywhere else, you'll know about it. So,
That's right.
And the biggest way you can help support us here at Ear to Ear Magic, the next time you're ready to go to Central Florida, do any kind of travel with your family, let us know. We'll be glad to help you out. We are Travelmation travel agents. Everything we do, it comes free of charge. There's no travel fees that goes to our clients. The vendors like Disney and Universal will pay us a commission when you travel. So we get to help you, you get to help us, and somebody else gets to pay for it. It's a great way for us to just sort of continue to do what we do here at Ear to Ear Magic, and we appreciate the support. So you guys have a great afternoon.
Yep.
Stay hydrated, stay safe wherever you are, and the next time you're ready to come visit us, let us know, let us help you out, and we'll see you in the parks. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you later.